Hello and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, bringing to you the Ocarina of Time item randomizer DDR weekly race. On tracking today we have Tomatar, Jodo with J, Dom, and No Pen Girl, and on commentary for you are Dobby Digital and Malcolm. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
So yeah, I'll leave it to you from here. And once everyone in the race room readies up.
Thank you, iBot. So for those just joining, I've seen a couple questions in chat. This is our DDR weekly race. DDR is a rule set that's designed to be somewhere between No Why I'm Wrong Warp and Standard in terms of allowing glitches. It bans some of the most powerful glitches in the game, stuff like SRM, ACE, RBA, stuff like that, while allowing a lot of the more quality of life glitches that allow you to move faster and bypass some of the logic, but not all of it. Its major features is that there are, as I mentioned, some outright banned glitches, as well as there are some as well as you need to enter dungeons more or less the intended way. This you think in terms of like unlocking the door, usually have to do that through the more or less intended manner, as well as entering boss doors. You have to do by being in front of the boss door and clicking A.
It's my first stream, y'all. I know hardly any of this, so I'm gonna let my co-commentator be the one to take the lead on these sorts of questions. But I'm just here for the fun, and I'm here to see some randomizer. I'm excited to be here. Awesome. Do it.
Yeah, and it's perfectly good. It's always good to have new people to kind of ask questions. After a while, you tend to forget the some of the glitches they tend to just take for granted. For instance, ISG is indeed allowed here. It's one of the predominant glitches you see here, since it's very useful for a ton of situations. So it's good to have stuff like that. And yes, as iBot was mentioning, if you are interested, at the end of the month, there is going to be a DDR tournament starting on May 30th. So the very end of the month, it's going to be starting of qualifiers, which are going to be 8 weeks of qualifiers at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I think that's 5 p.m. UTC, but I'd have to double check. Where there's 8 weeks of that every week on Sunday. And if you complete at least 3 races, you qualify, and the top 16 advance into the brackets. Yes, indeed, DDR, as No Pen Name Girl was mentioning, stands for Dungeon Door Requirement, and so that is in reference to both the requirement to enter dungeons as well as the requirement to enter boss doors.
Gotcha. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I was like, I wonder if this is like the right stream for me to do my first commentating ever. I was like, sure, why not? Let's just throw me in the deep end. Let's go.
You'll be
See how I
fine.
do.
We believe.
We'll see. We'll see how I do.
You'll do fine. I believe in you. Just feel free if you have any questions. Feel free to ask. Can help. If you're commentating on what's going on, there are 4 streams, so there's going to be a lot going on at all times.
Yep,
But
it's gonna be a fun time.
yeah. While waiting for people to get started, we can just mention at the start.
Yeah.
We've got most of the early game is going to be very similar if you're familiar with Standard. In order to do a lot of the glitches, you still need some equipment. And you do still need some equipment in order to beat the game. And so we are, at the start, they're going to be doing very similar routes to what you'd normally imagine in order to get a bunch of equipment as soon as possible. One thing that you might be less familiar with, or in terms of the settings, this uses 1S over 5M. So there's 1 stone in order to access Ganon's castle, or in order for the Rainbow Bridge, and then 5 medallions in order to get Ganon's boss key.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
This typically means that depending what you start with, which we can see, they're starting with a medallion. I think that's fire. Yeah, that looks like fire.
Fire. That's definitely fire.
we can say that regardless what it ends up being, Deku Tree ends up being quite useful since you need since you're going to need 1 stone to beat the seed regardless, and you need 5 medallions.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So we are likely in this situation to see a lot of early dips into Deku Tree, both for the good route, the good potential for chests, as well as the item at the end.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah.
I like to come up with random theories as to why things end up in the chests they do. So that's like the one thing that like I'm gonna be really good at this. Like, why is Rudo's letter in the middle of Kokiri's forest? Or why is the hammer?
We can see a lot of weirdness, that's for sure, in terms of the logic.
Oh, I know. It's fun. It's a good time. I just like coming up with rando theories. Like, on her way to getting lost inside Jabu, Rudo decided to take a stroll through the forest.
It is called the Lost Woods. Maybe
yeah, I know,
get
right?
really lost and end up in Jabu.
Precisely.
Oh yes, and because Battle was mentioning that, early Ganon tends to be a pretty good play. Notably, because in DDR, there's a trick you can do. If you remember the big block that's blocking access to Light Trial, you are able to unload that in DDR fairly easily just by leaving and re-entering various areas, notably the area that's got the scrubs. And this causes the beams to like duplicate over and over again. And eventually, after you do that enough, it unloads the block that's standing in front. So it is effectively that gives you an extra 7 checks in Ganon's castle. So it tends to be pretty good to go pretty early.
Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds good. If I was any good at racing, that would make a lot of logical sense, but I'm absolutely abysmal at doing this game fast. I just like watching.
Yes. In terms of if you've, we mentioned at the start some of the banned glitches that there are. Some of the notable examples that we don't allow in DDR. We have item manipulation and wrong warp. So effectively, the stuff that's banned in No I Am Wrong Warp is also banned here. These include RBA, SRM, ACE, and BA as well. In addition to that, we also don't allow bomb hovering. That's a technique where you can get ISG and use explosives/damage to kind of hover in midair and gain height without needing something like a hookshot. That tends to open up a lot of different places, and so that's kind of not allowed in this rule set, since it kind of defeats a lot of the items that you would need. There are also some other minor ones that can cause that are more specific, stuff like collection delay, that you can use to access stuff earlier than we intended. But for the most part, those are the main glitches that are overall banned. There we go. Looks like everyone is readied up, so we should be starting fairly soon.
Woo! It's like today on our stream we have Sora, Eggmeister, Keymaker, and Jen. Should be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where we start. And they're off. Let's see. Tunic colors. Well, so far Jen is the only one that's not green. Oh, I like Sora's.
Ooh, Saurus is nice.
Yeah, it's a nice off-screen. I like it. It doesn't match with the forest very well, but it's a really nice tuning color nonetheless.
It's clearly, that's the most important thing for early game. Who has the best tuning?
Agreed. Ooh, the lens of truth. So important.
Lens of Truth, it's even less useful in DDR rule set. If you can find a bottle, since you can skip. Basically, the one use for it is the chess minigame, and you can kind of skip that.
Yep. And
So,
it's the bloopy on the K-sword chest. Bloopy. Oh, it's such a fun word to say. Oh. Okay. So, I mean, they're just doing checks until they can get to the Deku tree, I assume. Right?
we are likely to see, if I had to guess, at least some of our players here are going to be going for Deku Tree.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll likely also see your first instance of ISG there, as I was mentioning earlier. ISG is very prevalent in DDR rule set. It's super nice, and it lets you get damage really, really quickly. And in this case, it's going to be used probably to farm sticks.
Ooh, Keymaker decided to go for Hyrule Field.
Ooh. Is he going for South Hyrule play first? Or no, he's going for... It looks like he's going for the songs.
Oh, got it. Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, I'm not sure if he's going for the South Hyrule checks or not. But nope. Nope.
We don't know what can be found where yet, but there are some songs that can be hard required in a seed. Obviously, if Song of Storms can be required if something's in a really gross grotto, but Zelda's Lullaby is also required for Shadow Temple in this rule set. We saw there Sora did get ISG, so you also see it right now on Egg side. Where you crouch stab and you interrupt that by using some kind of action. In this case, what they're doing is they are kind of asking Navi about this creature, and that causes you to be swinging your Deku stick every single frame. You might have noticed Sora had an issue there where it had to leave and come back. That's because he accidentally swung the stick, and that causes you to not be able to break Deku Babas.
Yeah. I see. Ooh, what's a hit? Big Goron has a heart container. Which isn't that interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, so as anticipated, we're seeing 3 of our players go for that early Deku check, since it is useful. There isn't much that can make it a lot faster, so...
Not the double Gerudo trading ground of the Wave's hero item stone.
One interesting thing to note for Wave the Hero, since we use 1S over 5M, we use a kind of a different hint structure, where it has only 2 Wave the Hero hints, and instead it has 3 item hints. I think it's 3. Double check. The Wave the Hero hints on this tend to be incredibly powerful if you can figure them out, just because they have to be required. Basically, they have to block the way for at least 2 medallions in order to it to be hard required, since otherwise you could just do a different one. Ooh, we have titties already. Man, less than 5 minutes.
Ooh.
On Adenoko, I'm not sure if any of these runners use keyboard, but I don't think so. I can tell you for sure that Keymaker does not. and I think I've heard Sora and Egg both use VC. And so I don't think they do either. So we do see Keymaker opting for the early adult play. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did a sword pull earlier. I was like, oh. The Deku Tree's been kind of a bust so far. There hasn't really been a whole lot.
I don't know what you're talking about. Clearly, titties are worth it. I mean...
Okay, fine. Yeah.
And we do know that regardless what they find in, like, if they find any good items in Deku Tree itself, regardless, beating Deku Tree will be good, since that will have either a medallion or a stone, and both will be useful for them.
True.
Deku Tree,
that's the goal. It would just be, it'd be really cool if there was, like, I don't know, bombs or something in the Deku Tree. I don't know. Just something useful for some of these people. It's not just rupees in every chest, almost.
Bombs would definitely be very useful for these runners. Bombs are one of those things in DDR rule set that is super useful for a ton of tricks. So they would be extremely happy to find those in here.
Oh, I know. It'd be a good time. Ooh, looks like Egg Meister is going to be first to the boss, potentially.
Yeah, we always joke in with Egg that he posts a ton of random setups in the DDR discussion channel over in the OOTR Discord, and we joke that at one point he's going to post a setup for leaving Link's house because he posts some of the most random setups that exist.
And she was ice. That's awesome.
Wow.
By the way, the Song of Time, the windmill check was the prelude. It looks like Pharaoh's Wind is in the barn with the cow. I don't
FW
know.
is always nice to find. You don't ever need it, but it is still nice to find.
Yeah, that was. I always wondered about that cow in that tiny cage because it's like the cow can't even hardly move. Oh my god. Okay, I need to go to sleep. Oh, and Goma's dead.
We find a wallet. It is in shop sanity, so that's not going to be probably not super useful, but it's fine.
It could be, I guess. Yeah. It looks like that was a stone, so. Ooh, we have Dompe racing with Key. I'm just kind of watching Keymaker, like, unintentionally, like, just because he's doing something different than everyone else. And it's interesting. I think that's where my attention is naturally going, but I'm trying to pay attention to multiple people at once, so.
Keymaker always used to joke for a while not to do to skip Deku Tree entirely. This was back where we had the old settings. So since we've had these new settings, it tends not to be as popular. Since that's what we're mentioning, Deku Tree is a really good start for most seeds.
I mean, it's such an easy dungeon to just do right away.
Easy dungeon, easy reward, and a good check density, so definitely nice.
Absolutely. Looks like Dompe is... Oh boy.
Dompe giving you a stick, monk ass.
Yep. Oh boy. Jin's finally done with his Goma fight. That's cool.
He stole that stick from the graveyard board. I mean, good. If you've played Beta Quest, you know how annoying that child is in the graveyard.
Oop, we have a shield purchase from Eggmeister.
So, chat, what is your opinion on
like
purchasing shields? Are you always purchase a shield, never purchase a shield, or if it's convenient, purchase a shield? Personally, I tend to be in the camp of if it's convenient, I'll pick one up, but eh.
Yeah, that makes sense. It looks like Keymaker opted to also buy a shield, so. Oh, and he's playing the Prelude.
Oh, actually, so maybe on the hero's path. That's actually not a Wave the Hero there. That's one of those item hints that I was mentioning. So we have in DDR hint distribution, we have what we call opportunity hints. That I think the name is kind of still a little bit in flux because there's also something else that has that hint. But regardless, what those are referring to is that there's a predefined list of items that we consider in DDR pretty good. They won't always be useful, but they're things that in general you wouldn't be upset to find. Things like Kokiri's sword, things like Din's fire arrow, stuff like that. And rather than it being strictly tied to logic, like the Wave the Hero ones, it's simply saying, hey, this item has, or this location has one of those items. It may not be in logic, it might be self-locked, who knows, but it's got one of those items in it.
Looks like Eggmeister.
That's a good question. Don't think Big Goron Sword is on that list, but I'd have to verify. I'm not 100% certain.
It looks like Eggmeister opted for adult, and Keymaker went back to being child. Which is interesting. He didn't really get anything when he was an adult, so I wonder if he just ran out of, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Oh, he's going for Richard. Okay.
Ooh, I think he got the wrong dog there. Richard,
he got the wrong
Richard was
dog.
A very bad boy.
He totally ran to Richard to everything.
Ooh, Foolish Ice Cavern, that's nice to find. Yes, because someone's mentioning, you do indeed need a shield for Hess as well as Super Slide. It is good to have, but there is kind of a misconception about how much time Hessing saves. If you do a perfect Hess through the entirety of Hyrule Field to go from the top of like the Hyrule Castle down to the lake, which is the longest possible distance, it saves a whopping 20 seconds over backwalking. And that's if you do it perfectly, using the a backwalk setup. I found out from Arthur Houdini, who's a well-known glitch finder and router. So it doesn't save as much time as people tend to mythically tend to think it does. It is still nice, but by no means is it make or break for a run. Typically, the logic will be more.
Hello? There I am. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, my internet just decided to go to crap. That might periodically happen. I'm trying to not let it.
We seem to be having a couple internet issues on the Restream team, unfortunately. Cactarm, it depends wildly based on the seed, because some of them are really gross. But in general, you're looking at, like, for the first place, people between 2 and 2.5 hours. In general. Usually, if the first seed is done sub 2, that's a good seed.
Yeah. It looks like the normal Zelda Lullaby check with opponent songs, so apparently Impa likes horse riding.
Maybe she wanted to get to GTG?
Maybe. Do a little training. It sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I mean, Impa on various games is like a soldier, so yeah, makes sense.
True. And Jen has decided to go fishing. My least favorite thing in the entire Ocarina of Time game. Oh man. I got trolled super hard.
Ooh, a bottle. Nice.
Oh yeah. Okay, that was worth it. But I've been trolled by the fish before, and so I have like this hatred for fishing in Ocarina of Time.
If you tend to play on BizHawk, I think you have an extra hatred for fishing.
Got it.
Also, Tamaltech, my response is clearly this is this even randomized? 5 out of 8 vanilla rewards, clearly not randomized.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. What's in the back of Lon Lon Ranch? One of my favorite out-of-the-way checks because there's literally nothing else nearby it.
Song of Time, yeah. Song of Time is one that isn't super useful for DDR. Oh, light arrows, wow.
I wonder if anyone else misses that one because people just hate this Lon Lon Ranch check, but that's huge.
It is nice for since once you get to Ganondorf, he'll tell you it's in Lon Lon, and that's like 2 checks. So it should be pretty good.
But oh man, that was a good one for Sora. So we'll see if anyone else does. We'll see if everyone else does that, or if they just do like the first few Lon Lon checks and then just complete.
We'll see. Hopefully, none of our players end up missing that and have to come back later for it. But
yeah, that would suck.
Wow. Ed getting the cold shoulder from Kuko Lady.
No, say it isn't so.
Anju is well on her way to being a Disney villain. That's job 1, is you have to call everyone.
Let it go. Let it go.
That would explain all of the ice.
It would.
So yes, J-Rox, the runners can indeed use glitches. DDR is a glitch rule set. It allows for some quality of life glitches while banning some of the most powerful ones. So you won't see any of our runners using things like RBA or wrong warp or anything like that. But you'll see a lot of like smaller glitches that'll let you bypass certain things. So one you'll see very commonly is ISG, or Infinite Sword Glitch. And some others will come up as time goes on. One you'll see here on Egg side that he's going to clip into this back section. That just skips using explosives. And so there's smaller things like that that just skip like one minor item.
Oh, GTG maybe on the. Oh my gosh, they still have that GTG hit. That's the double GTG hits at Temple of Time. That's such a troll. I love it.
You definitely would prefer 2 different hints, but you know, hey.
Yeah, Keymaker is gonna make the light arrow. Is gonna get his light arrows very soon.
Oof, and then getting reflected out of that clip.
Uh-oh. Yep. That did not look like a win.
There are setups for this, which I think Egg is attempting. I personally don't know it well enough to say what exactly is going wrong with the setup, but...
Yeah, I can't glitch to save my life. I know of them, I just don't... I can't pull them off, so...
One thing, as that's mentioned, a good thing to point out, if you are wanting to try it out, in particular if you're looking for the, if you're wanting to join the tournament at the end of the month, the glitches are never required in a seed. This uses glitchless logic. So you don't have to worry if you can't use glitches. You are still perfectly able to complete a DDR seed. And since logic tends to be more important, it can even sometimes be optimal to use fewer glitches. We've had Emo Soda come in first place in one of these weekly races, played completely standard and beat everyone else. It was amazing. So far, we're not seeing a ton of really good items. For this far in the game, they don't really have bombs or hookshot or even strength or bow. So they're not
going to be long.
We kind of got pretty gross items so far.
Yeah, it's pretty sparse. There really hasn't been anything. I think probably the most useful thing so far is probably throwers. No, the light arrows are the most useful thing so far. Yeah. And that's not really going to help them until later anyways. So it's just, the seed's going to be a long one, I think. There were a couple song hints, but my synchronizing are so bad. Oh, the Ravaged Village is Sun Song.
Yeah, Sun Song is another one that you're kind of a little bit worried when you see that in a gross spot, since you probably don't need it. But it does block that one check.
Yeah. It does. And then Zora's Fountain is foolish. So.
So those are 2 of our 3 foolish. We have Zora's Fountain, and we had Ice Cavern as foolish.
It could very well be a bottleneck. No pen. Skull Kid was the hammer. Oh no! Oh no! How did Skull Kid get his hands on that one? That's not good. You already saw what he did with Majora's Mask.
It's
just start pounding the entire forest. Oh boy.
Okay. And that is something for even with all our glitches in DDR. There are still some items that are required for some dungeons. Notably, you need Hammer to beat Fire Temple. You need Mirror Shield in order to beat Spirit Temple, and you need Boomerang in order to beat Javelin. So regardless, even with all our glitches, those are 3 requirements we can't overcome. So usually in a seed, you're going to need to see at least some of those items that tend to be pretty difficult to find.
Keymaker is doing Deku Tree. I just have to chuckle a little bit because we could have done this at the beginning. That's fine. It's like, ooh. Sora's going adult.
We'll see if Sora ends up going for Ganon's Castle here. Since they did Deku Tree earlier, they have access to Ganon's Castle now.
Yep.
And as we're mentioning, that is a pretty good check density. It does get you pretty far out of logic, since you're supposed to need 3 strengths in order to access the items in Light Trial, and we need exactly 0.
Yeah.
Egg getting trolled by the Moblin.
Oh no. Yeah, my synchronizing is so bad right now. I can't even see that, but yeah, I see clips of it, and oof. Big oof.
Oh man, extra troll. So we are starting to see some overlap with things. We'll see if Jin ends up going for the back of Lon Lon for those light arrows. As you're mentioning, that's not a huge deal if they end up skipping it, just because Ganon will tell them that that's where light arrows are. Oh, Jin accidentally leaving. That's really annoying. You can see some shields of frustration there.
Okay. Okay, let's see.
There we go. So we got Zelda's Lullaby. That's a nice item to have. So we're saying we see.
Oh, I see. Yep.
We do. Based on what some of the runners have found, it looks like that might not be necessary, since Shadow is a stone, and we've seen that Deku Tree is also stone. So just go for the faster one. Or not. Or interesting. So Egg opting out of Ganon's castle. Yeah, I guess just setting time of day. Oh, and good. Jin is indeed going for those light arrows now. So they won't have to come back later. I'll see Keymaker cleaning up on Deku Tree, so they'll have their stone. That will give them access to Ganon's castle, so maybe they'll opt for Ganon's castle afterwards. We'll see.
I'm trying to refresh my stream right now, so I'll be right back.
We're currently experiencing some technical difficulties. Is that a hook shot? Did someone see on the ledge there? Was that a hook shot? If so, they definitely want to go grab that. They might even go grab beans for it. Frequently in DDR, if you have hookshot already, you can just hookshot jump to get up there. But if it's a hookshot, probably not going to be doing that. Well, they do have a way to get bean. Since you can do a Navi dive in the Lost Woods, and that'll give you access to the Zora River, so you can just float down and go grab a bean. By logic, they can't, but this is one of those opportunities where most people are very comfortable skipping logic for that. There are also several different versions of the clip to get to Zora's River as child, but yeah. Sure, you could also find Boomerang too. And yes, Navi Dive is indeed allowed in this category. Yep. So ISG, bomb hovering, Navi Dive. Bomb hovering is not allowed, but ISG is allowed, Navi Dive is allowed. There's about there's like 5 or 6 glitches that are outright banned, including bomb hovering, RBA, BA, ACE, SRM, probably more acronyms that I'm forgetting, collection delay, stuff like that. We have the full list, I think, posted here. That has a full list of all of them that are not allowed. But other than that, you are allowed to do any glitches so long as you're not using it to enter a dungeon early, or using it to access a boss door early. Otherwise, you're good. Yeah, you can do the clip to skip Weirdo's Ladder, both as adult and as child. It's super useful. You also get to skip the convoluted setups that Standard uses. Notably as an adult, because you can just literally target a wall and jump slash. It's the easiest clip in the entire game. And Cactarm, on average, it takes about 2 to 2.5 hours for the top runners to complete this. Depends on the seed, but in general, you're looking at about that.
Okay, I think my internet is now cooperating, so we'll see.
Welcome back.
We'll see how long this holds up for.
You might have missed. We saw in on the ledge in Graveyard, we had a hook shot.
Oh, that's hot. I like that.
Yeah, that's very nice, especially with how low items they've gotten so far. Having something like that is very nice.
Oh, do we know Bolero was on Minuet? Or sorry, Serious Songs Bolero?
I think that's our first round to check that. Oh, so we've got Shadow Temple maybe on Hero's Path. Oof.
Yep.
Oof. Stone
Not
Shadow. That's
I
gross.
I picked a good first one.
We hope they don't have to go there, because that is real gross. So it's set to the same thing that previously. I believe it can't be on major items. So ice traps can't be major items. So I think it's minor items only, or whatever that category is.
Yeah. 30 skulls is an ice trap.
I think they're going to be rushing to do that. So as we were mentioning, here you'll actually see on Keymaker side in the bottom left, he's doing that clip that we mentioned, or it was just a couple frames late, so he's probably going to save and try again. Or go for the Navi dive, we'll see. Depends on what ends up being. So you're able to by getting precise angle and timing, a little bit early there, you're able to clip into this corner, and that lets you just kind of get inside. Alternatively, if you have Navi available, there's a super easy way to get out of bounds. You just go on the very edge of the platform, and then wait for Navi to appear, mash the stick button, and then hit C up, and you will just, during the cutscene, just go straight to the bottom. There you go. There, Keymaker got it.
Well, that's just handy, isn't it? Awesome. Eggmeister getting the light arrows. So yeah, we're 3 or 4 for light arrows, so it looks like they're probably all gonna get it. I mean, Sora. No, they all have it, I think, so yeah.
Yeah, I think all 4 here have gotten it, so.
Wait on, like, get a hint. Yep. I see that on the trackers, so.
See Jin grabbing what looks like a fish, possibly bugs, but I think fish. Interesting. Ooh, and we got Big Sword.
Ooh, nice.
Keymaker struggling a little bit to pick up the chicken. It is kind of annoying sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Sora gets that hammer. That will be very nice, because that'll basically give you access to a bunch of bomb stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good.
We also see in My Also Japan 2 ends up getting hookshot first. We don't know what all that locks, but if it's anything good, that could be quite useful.
Alright, so we're doing the memorization off-screen again with Sora.
I don't think we've seen anyone go for this check, so we're hoping it's something good, just to give the runners more access. Right now, they're kind of bottlenecked a little bit. They can't do a whole lot here with just their inventory. At least until they get Hookshot. Hookshot will open up a bit more.
Yeah.
At this point, theoretically, they could also go to bottom of the well if they wanted to. But that's kind of a risky play at this point with so little equipment.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could have the Lens of Truth, so that could be a bottom of the well hint, I guess. But, yeah, you're right. All the little scrubs.
I play on EverDrive, and it's always weird seeing this room without, or the room on Sora's side, without a bunch of lag. On N64, this lags like crazy. Oh, there's a
absolutely. Yes!
Very nice.
Okay, there we go. So, Lost Woods is where it's at right now. That's where you want to be.
You definitely want to go get those bombs. That gives them access to logical access to that hook shot. It gives them the ability to complete DC. That's very nice.
Yeah, between the bombs and the hammer, like, Lost Woods is the place to be right now.
Yeah, and hammer too, that's right. That's... Oof.
Ooh, that's huge. That's huge. I think Sora just took a massive lead.
Hammer is Skull Kid.
It's not, yeah.
Oh, is Egg going for QPA here? I think he is. Yes, he did. So yeah, so if you're kind of confused, he just kind of appeared to summon fire out of nowhere. What he did there is a trick called QPA, or Quick Put Away. That's a trick where you kind of hold an item, or you put away a stick on the frame, you put it away, you pull out a cutscene item. This includes the letter, as well as beans and stuff like that. And then that gives, when you then crouch jab, it gives your Deku stick some weird damage properties that aren't intended. One of those is a fire source, and so that is super useful for just lighting a bunch of torches, like you do here.
It looks like Sun Song was Minuet of Forest, so honestly, if Eggmeister hadn't already... Did Eggmeister already get Bolero? I'm not sure, but it would be a way to bounce for a song.
Yeah, I don't think they got that song yet, so that'd be a decently fast way to get that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it would be a fast bounce for a song. I don't know if Eggmeister is thinking along those lines at this point, but it would have been fast if you'd start off with like the prelude, and then you get the minuet, and then you get the bolero, and then you get it would be a chain effect for songs if they were thinking along those lines.
Yeah, it's definitely nice if you're not planning on going anywhere directly next to where you are already. That's definitely a nice fast way to grab a bunch of songs.
It's true. That's what my brain would think in this situation, but
yeah. Bomb Bag could be Way of the Hero. It's fairly rare that Bomb Bag is Way of the Hero, just because there are 3 copies. So one Bomb Bag can only be Way of the Hero if it locks the other 2. So it's definitely possible, but it tends to be
Jen! Oh my god, Jen's fire was on another Lost Woods check!
Why is it so loaded? This is hilarious.
Oh, I don't know. Because we already know that Shadow was something, right? So that's already giving Sora access to that. And
yes, Kiyomushi, there is indeed an OoT randomizer. There's actually where it's at version 6 point something, I think, on website. So yeah, I think if you check the Discord, which I think I can do this. Ha! You can. You can go and check out. That has a resources section if you're looking to get started. If you're looking to join races, you can check. There's standard races. in standard race planning. This particular race is on DDR rule set, which you can check that out in DDR discussion or DDR race planning sections. We encourage you, if you want to try it out, to join up.
So I think the Megaton Hammer is actually a bit of a what's the word? Like a cloak and dagger or whatever. I don't think that's the right turn of phrase. But if you go there just for the hammer and you don't do the other checks, you miss all those other cool things that are like the bomb bag and the dense fire. Like it's a bit of a misleading hint because it doesn't say everything that's in Lost Woods.
And Tomaltech also brings up a good point. Since those were two sometimes hints for those two items, the way of the hero would have to be something completely separate.
Yeah.
Which is also intriguing.
And just so the seed is so fascinating. So we got some beans.
Yeah, I think red herring is a good way of putting it. Could be just tricking you to think that the really good thing there is hammer.
That's exactly what I was thinking. My brain is not braining at 8:50 in the morning, so...
Very fair.
I need my coffee. Someone give me some coffee stat. Let's see. Okay, so Teamaker is now getting the bomb bag and realizing just how loaded Lost Woods actually is. Also, not me manifesting that Lost Woods had stuff by talking about that fake Rudo's letter thing at the beginning, before the season started. We're here for it. Thank you for the coffee! That's so sweet!
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So, Anju as adult was kind of a jerk, giving Adonlink the cold shoulder. Giving the slingshot, though, for child, so, I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, I guess.
We still don't know what that way of the hero is, so could be the target.
Young Anju hadn't yet accepted her frozen powers.
Yeah, she you know, she was still trying to hide it, had the gloves on and everything.
Yeah. For sure. So when I see like ice trap in text for like a clue from one of these stones, it makes me think of that Night Trap game, and so I'm just like thinking like ice trap.
Ice trap, baby bean.
Ice trap.
I don't know if I could classify slingshot as a deadly weapon. It's more of like an inconvenience. It just kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah. Alright, Egg finally picking up the Bolero. Probably gonna go do those... do those stone checks, and then hopefully pick up all those items that Keymaker and Sora have had access to for a bit now.
Yeah, everyone hates keys, especially ice keys. So, like, you know, no one minds. Yeah, so they part of one of the settings you can have in OoT Randomizer is open door of time, which most rule sets and settings tend to use. And that just means that you can go adult and child back and forth as many times as you want without needing any items whatsoever. That is something, if you want to change, you can change that setting. But for most races, it tends to be used. You see Egg's about to get their bounce.
So is Sora going for the grave right now, probably? Like, it's the Sun Song, I mean?
Probably going for the hook shot for planting the bean. Yeah.
Oh, no, he's got his... Okay, yep. Wow, Sora's, like... He's doing really well this speed with his... and getting a little bit of luck on his side with those Lost Wood checks early on. But wow, he's rooting this really well.
Sora is a very experienced DDR player, and so they tend to route pretty well. Know where to go, where to do stuff, what this logic is telling you what to do. Logic tends to be super important. Even in DDR states, you might think that with all the glitches, logic is less important. But that's not really the case. It is still incredibly important to know where the game's trying to get you to go.
Yeah, for sure. No, Sora's doing a really good job. Keymaker just got the hook shot. So I'm probably going to go do some hook shotty related chests. Maybe, I don't know.
I'd rather go to DC maybe. With those bombs.
I was gonna say, why isn't he going to DC? Oh, he's trying to get the secret chest in CAC.
The action shot. Oh no, he got hugged instead.
Oh no! Oh, it's so cute. It just wants to hug you.
I mean, in the middle of pandemic, that's not so nice. Just 6 feet away. It does. 6 feet away.
The Bolero song is Song of Storm, so they're really trying to push the well right now.
Yeah. With them now having Zelda's Lullaby and bombs, well becomes a lot better. You can get everything in the well even without those items, but it's just easier and faster if you've got bombs and whatnot.
Oh man, Sora cut that one a little close, but got it.
No pen name girl. Is that like a definitive strat, or is that just like a hunch you have?
Not that.
X struggling a little bit to hit this other thing. He's also standing really far away for
the
some
third.
Reason. There you go.
That's the third GTG. That's the third GTG hint. Oh my god, these stones are not your friend today.
If it's a third or fourth, that does mean that there are 2 items in there. We do have duplicated hints, and so you'll get 2 copies of every hint. And if they're getting 4, that's the game really wants you to go to GTG.
It really wants you to do that. I don't know. It'd be nice if there was a little bit more variety in some of these stones, because they have no idea what to do. Oh man, that's so funny. Alright, Jen setting up the hook shot. Oh, looks like Keymaker is now in DC, so we're going to see some DC checks for the first time.
It's extra nice because we've got Foolish Ice Cavern and also Zora's Fountain. So you're like, oh cool, I just don't need to go there as an adult. That's nice.
Not Rudo's letter being irrelevant.
And we'll see though, because knowing this game, it might still be like, ha, important item at Jabu. Have fun with that.
I know, right? That would be so mean. That would be the meanest, actually. Oh, and Sora's now in DC, so they're really close together now.
Yeah, DC is a medallion, so it's going to be super nice for them. Regardless what they find in here, it's a pretty fast dungeon to clear, and so it's definitely going to be worthwhile.
And then afterwards, and then after Sora's probably going to head immediately to the graveyard and get the hook shot. They haven't picked that up yet, despite having set it up for it, which is really good rooting. Not the buffering. There we go. Alright, Jen finally getting errors, but poor Jen. Who's trying so hard.
Yeah, the FW is one that you don't really particularly mind. It's nice to have. Not bad, but it's never going to be required for a seed. It's
mostly good for Shadow. No, but it's mostly good for Shadow, right? That's like the big one.
Yeah. Shadow, you're definitely gonna have magic when you go in. So.
I think that's right.
Why is Link spinning when spinning the pot?
Like,
that actually happens in vanilla. I don't know if it's an Easter egg or if it's like a unintended glitch. I don't know, but it does happen in vanilla too. Though, fun fact, I think in 3D they actually tried to replicate that, but they weren't fully able to do the spinning, so Link just does like 90-degree turns. If I remember from what I've heard from
pretty
people.
Funny. What my favorite part about that is that it makes me think that the pot has psychic powers and just forces Link to do that. So until it breaks, obviously.
I mean, this would explain a lot.
Good. I know. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, so I think, is this the DINS check for Eggmeister? I can't remember.
Yeah, so they're going to be going and grabbing the skull mask for those bombs, because bombs are good.
I don't know how I missed that before, but the way of the hero hit for Lost Woods was in Lost Woods. I don't know how I missed that before. Probably a buffering thing, but that's funny. That's really funny.
Hey, very nice.
You're in the place like, with the way of the hero.
Guess I'm clearing it. Maybe. I honestly I couldn't tell you, Shadow Warrior. Maybe they share memory ID. Maybe it's an Easter egg.
Oh, maybe. That's interesting. So maybe the actual hero of Hyrule is the giant pot from Goron City.
That explains everything, really.
And Link just stole his. I know. Link just stole the glory and fame. The real courage, however. Oh no. Did he miss the eye? He missed. Oh, there he goes. I was like, he missed the eye! No! But he got
These eyes are really bad. I don't know. I don't understand their hitboxes, but they're really bad. I think one of them's even worse than the other. I think the one on the left, like its left, is worse in terms of hitbox, but they both suck.
Yeah. It's like Keymakers doing a boss fight. Not King Lizard going down. And we're gonna see what the slingshot check is.
I think someone else did go for that.
Recovery heart!
Yeah,
nothing. The most important item in the game. You gotta stay healthy, yo.
Definitely gotta stay healthy. It's true. There you go. So you see on Egg's side, he just did that Navi dive that we were mentioning, where all you have to do is be on the edge.
Oh yeah.
And then mash the stick button, and then after you do the jump slash, press C up. It's super easy to do. So if you're looking to learn a way to escape the woods, that's a nice, really easy one to do. One thing you got to be careful though is Navi can sometimes be a jerk. If you've called Navi, it takes 20 minutes for her to reappear, or you can die or reset, and both of those reset. Magic on Big Dino is very nice.
Even with these right now. Ooh, that is nice. Wow.
That is required to beat the seed, so.
Yep, because you got to use some light arrows. And DINS fire, really. It's super useful.
Yeah. It's definitely something that you're very happy to see, since that's another one that can be in some weird places. So just have access to it is nice. Keymaker's doing a hookshot jump here. Is he going to Shadow? I think so. So we can see here he's kind of bonk and press the hookshot at the same time, and that causes Link to go in this glitch state.
Yeah.
And when he presses the hookshot button after a couple of swings, it's going to send Link flying in the air. This lets you land on the ledge, which does have collision. And then he's going to use IHG here in order to avoid falling and kind of navigate over to the side. In things like Bingo or No I Am Wrong Work, you are able to use this to completely skip the magic requirement for Shadow and just slide hop past the loading zone. But for DDR, you are required to light the torches in
Ooh.
order to access. So you'll see him jump down here.
Yeah.
And this
Yep.
keeps it loaded properly, so you're able to open the door into Shadow Temple.
Big Goron is heart container, which is not that great. Alright, so Keymaker is making a shadow play. Keymaker is actually like going really fast through this. I thought Thoro was the one who was ahead, but Keymaker is like he's just getting faster.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it ends up paying off. Shadow Temple is definitely one that if you dip it and it's bad, that's a huge time loss. But if it ends up being really good, be nice.
Yeah.
Since we also know it's just an opportunity hint, all it's saying is that there's something good in here. But there's nothing telling you whether or not it's required or even if it's a duplicate. He's already got a bomb bag, so it could be another bomb bag, and this is just a giant waste of time. Or it could be something like bow, which he would need, or mirror shield, hover boots. There are tons of possibilities, things that could be good or could be bad. So this is kind of a gamble on his part.
Yeah.
We're hoping though it's good for him.
Thor is going for the same trick and failed. So it's going for the same checks though, so that's why.
Ooh, Zora's also going into Shadow Temple. Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Because I was just... I mean, I think that puts Keymaker ahead of him.
Yeah, they're very similar, but Keymaker does appear to be a little bit ahead. Just in terms of like how far he is in Shadow.
Is Eggmeister's stream working for you?
It's lagging for me.
Okay. Yeah, I've got the media playback was aborted due to corruption problems. That was annoying.
Nice. So I didn't actually like the right clip here.
Doing, but...
just to access this back area a little bit earlier. They don't have Zelda's Lullaby, so they actually did need to do that in order to access this back region. Is that Mirror Shield in Shadow? Oh, so that could be the opportunity hint, which in this case is pretty nice because that Spirit Temple is one of the medallions. Yes, Vroom Room Car, we know that you have a big engine that goes vroom. Oh, so there on Keymaker's side, we actually saw, normally you're supposed to use hover boots in order to cross that gap, but you can use bombs. If you place down a bomb and then roll into it, backflip on a certain frame while you have invincibility from the roll, you get a huge burst of speed backwards, and you can use that to cross gaps that otherwise you would be expected to use hover boots, or sometimes even navigate a lunge.
Like, Hop's got a bunch of bombs for Jen. I don't think he can use. Oh no, he can, never mind. Let's see. So, since we're in the middle of Shadow Temple and it's just waiting for those checks to show up, I just want to say thanks to the trackers. The speed. Got some really cool ones. Some Tomatalk, No Pen Named Girl, Joda with J, and then we had a replacement. I'm trying to figure out who. Ginger Sunny. Thanks for stepping in. It's really cool. I do not think my internet would allow me to have consistent tracking abilities, but who knows? maybe.
Yeah, originally our tracker did have some. One of our trackers was having internet issues, so wasn't able to join. Thank you, Dom, for volunteering, and super thank you, Ginger Sunny, for stepping up when with internet problems.
Agreed. And thanks to the restreamer I bought. Much love.
Also, happy 1 hour, everyone.
Yes. Also, look at Sora making that bridge.
All right, we can see him go into. We're first Ganon's Castle dip for our restream.
Sora. If Sora
Since it is
finds
1 hour,
something
it's probably a
here-
good time to remind everyone that they're watching the DDR weekly restream on ZSR2. DDR rule set is a rule set for specifically designed for OoT Randomizer. That's kind of between No I Am Wrong Warp and Standard in terms of the allowed glitches. It bans some of the most powerful glitches in the game while allowing for a lot of more quality of life things. If you are looking to try out the rule set, we encourage you to join the Discord, which I can do. If I spell it correctly, and I did. You can check out the DDR section in the Discord, notably DDR discussion, where a lot of people tend to meet out if you're looking for hints and tips in order how to do tricks. Otherwise, if you are looking to try out the rule set, at the end of the month, there is a tournament for DDR. It's starting on May 30th, and every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. UTC, there is a qualifier race for 8 weeks. So if you're looking to try it out, we do encourage you to and welcome you to try it out.
I'm rebooting my stream really fast, so BRB.
So we saw on Sora's end, since they had bombs, they actually did a faster version of the clip in here, where you do a super slide and have it with a particular angle, and you just go straight through the block that's supposed to be blocking you.
Okay, now I can see Eggmeister's stream. I was like not able to see his stream for the longest time. Not him missing the jump to get the hook shot. Oh no. He's not happy about that. Oh no.
We'll see if Egg's now gonna hasn't done DC yet, but after that we'll see if he ends up going for Shadow like the other two did. Since Spirit Temple is one of the medallions and you only need 5 of them, it's not necessarily required to find that mirror shield. So it's entirely possible he'll find a different route that could be slower, the same, or better. We don't know yet.
That's true.
So we see on Egg's side, we see him going for Super Slide. If you're familiar with some of the speed tech in OoT, there's some tricks that have a similar effect, though Dotsil gets mad at you if you call them similar because they apparently work in different ways. There's Super Slide, there's ESS or Extended Super Slide, and there's Hyper Extended Super Slide or HES. Super Slide is the easiest one. You just kind of position bombs and roll into them, and then press shield on a correct frame, and that sends you backwards in a straight line at high speeds. Extended Super Slide is after doing a Super Slide, you can hold slightly off from neutral, and that helps preserve some of your speed, but you can turn around. And then Hyper Extended Super Slide is kind of the fastest or the fastest option. That is equivalent in speed to a Super Slide, but you are able to turn around. And that one's a little bit trickier to do, but it is something you can certainly practice. And it involves kind of holding ESS position when you hit a bomb.
So far, Ganon's tower hasn't really been the most interesting, but we did get more bombs and the love of Nehru, I guess. That's cool. I guess.
It's more bombs is nice, but it's fine.
Yeah. It was just a bigger bomb bag and then more extra bombs. There's just a ton of bombs in the tower. Got that Nehru's love all over us. Yes, we do. Oh boy.
Yeah, and that is true. No Pen Name Girl does bring up a good point. It is
Yep.
there are since a lot of the speed techs for Super Slide and Hessing and such work using the invincibility frames from a rule, and what Nair's Love does, it gives you more invincibility frames. There are versions of Super Sliding and all those tricks that do use Nair's Love. So if you're looking to try it out, that's also a way you can do it.
So I may have been refreshing when this happened, but at what point did Eggmeister get bomb shoes?
Found those in Bombchu Bowling. So did that a little bit ago.
Yeah, I was refreshing. Yeah, I was refreshing. I didn't see bomb shoe bowling, so cool. Now oh no! Oh no! Strength 1 was in the check. What do you call it? The
validation chest. So in this case,
yeah,
it's not
the
really
validation chest. But it's the strength 1. Oh boy.
That's a really weird strength 1.
That's a really weird strength 1. Oh boy.
So if we're at this point, since we have a little bit down to... Oh, actually, no, we don't. Jin is going into bottom of the well.
Yeah, Jin's doing...
Using one of the... we jokingly say that it's required in DDR. It's not actually required, but we like to joke that it is. You can obviously enter bottom of the well by playing Song of Storms, but that's lame. So there are two kind of objectively better ways to do it. In my completely subjective opinion, and that is you can use Cuckoo Dive, where you get ISG and anger a chicken. That causes you to kind of be in a state where the next time that the chicken is able to, it'll trigger the cutscene to kind of attack you. And so you position yourself next to the well, and then shield drop the chicken, and then backflip. And that causes you, during the cutscene, to just go straight through the water.
Not
we
the
also
angry
see here,
chicken.
Jin's also just did a trick called Blank A. This is a 1.0 exclusive trick, but since all Rando is done on 1.0, it works on all versions of Rando. What it is you have a stick in your hand, and then you enter a crawl space, and on the same frame you enter the crawl space, you use a Deku Nut. And this causes Link to enter a glitched state to where his hitbox is very wonky, and all his properties are kind of really messed up. And one of the things that lets you do is go straight through water and open chests. So that can be useful to get a couple things without Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah, 30 Skulls is Ice Trap. Da, 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 da. Let's see.
Ice baby.
Oh. Did Jin's stream just go kaput for you? Or is
Nope,
that just
on my side it's fine.
Again? Oh, there we go. Now it's fine. That was weird.
Ooh, Sora actually fell down. Interesting.
Oop. Not that. Oh, got back up. Thanks
Get knocked down. Get back up again. Never gonna keep Sora down.
Nope. I get knocked down. Get up again. That's the death. Let's see.
See if Sora is opting to go into...
Keymaker? I think Keymaker's going... Yep.
He looks like he's probably going into Ganon's castle.
Oh. Or not. Oh, he's going for the skull. Okay. I was like, what is Keymaker doing?
Oh, Jin found hover boots in bottom of the well.
Oh, no.
Really interesting find. And Ruto's ladder.
Oh,
wow.
Boy.
That you basically never need Ruto's ladder in DDR. The one time you might possibly need it is if you need a bottle. That's it.
Oh no.
And a magic. Wow.
Oh boy.
Bottom of the Well has some interesting stuff in it.
Bottom of... Yeah, apparently, Rudo got lost in the well, which is a terrifying thought. Left a bottle there, and then somehow ended up inside Jabu's belly. Oh boy. That's just a terrifying thought.
So yeah, Shadow. Hover boots are a very interesting one, in that all of the intended uses of hover boots in the game you can skip. So things like Shadow Temple, you can just get across the gap using a Mega Flip. But there are unintended uses for hover boots in DDR that are quite useful. Notably, it allows you to skip a lot of strength requirements in the game. One of very big import is on the early adult side in Spirit Temple, that block there. You can just use a hover slide to get past it and skip that use of strength entirely. There are similar tricks. One of them we might see here, depending if we find long shot, is you can use it to extend your super slide horizontal to get a lot of distance in the air. This is using Water Temple in order to skip using the long shot, so we might see it there as well. So it's one of the hover boots are one of those funny things that are useful, but not in the way the game intends. True, yeah. You can also go from Silver Gauntlets to Mirror Shield. That one's a little bit trickier of a hover slide, just because you have to do a jump slide at the end. But otherwise, it's very, very similar.
Thor is taking on the Force Temple. The most exciting dungeon in the whole game.
Yeah, if they had those hover boots, there are also some fun things you can do with hover boots in here, in Force Temple. It's also interesting, a lot of our runners you'll see put off Forest Temple until they have a fish or some kind of bottle.
Oh no.
In order to do the Poe cutscene skip. It tends to be quite nice since it's always going to be faster if done properly, but it does have some risk to it. We will see maybe if one of our later runners go for it, we might explore more. We'll see.
Zora got trolled a little bit by one of the spiders.
Yeah, the wall sealers are definitely one of the more trolly enemies in the game. It's debatable what's the most trolly enemy in the game. In chat, if you want, you can post what's in your opinion the most trolly enemy in the game.
That's a good question.
The Ice Keys, we see Gwei. Ice Keys. Some good options here. You can tell the bingo players versus the a lot of the rando mains. When you ask them what's the most annoying Gwei in the game, rando mains will tell you the one on the roof from the lab, and bingo players will tell you it's the Gwei in Colossus area. Clamser is also a good one too. The spiky enemies in Water Temple are also super annoying, just if trying to kill them quickly. So Keymaker, I think, is doing that trick that we mentioned. So you see him hopping back and forth here. What this is doing is, if you look up top, you might be able to see. If he looks up, can't really. The light beams that normally would be there, apparently for some reason the game still has those loaded in memory even when they're invisible. And entering and relieving that region kind of reloads those beams over and over and over again. Eventually the game runs out of memory, and one of the things it gets rid of is that giant block in front of Light Trial. So you can see him just able to walk in. And there is a setup to be able to do it, to be able to do it without going too far and unloading these chests, because that's also possible.
Ooh, Eggmeister just finished off King Lizard.
Which is good, because they'll have their magic they need.
Yep. I feel bad for King Lizard because they have the most dramatic death. No, I'm drowning in lava that I rolled into.
To be fair, though,
No.
like, it's in the middle of the room. You think if they didn't like lava, you should probably not live in that room. I'm just saying.
True. It's such a weird place to live, to be honest.
But yeah,
I
it would
want
be like
my
one of us
room
being
to be
like, oh, I
square.
melt if I touch acid. You know what I'm going to make my bedroom? Have a acid pool in the center. That's a good plan. Nice and safe.
And make it square with the only exit being the ceiling. Yeah, that's super weird.
That's clearly the best interior design
That's
you can think of.
What's weird is multiple bosses have this. Like, if you think about like Bongo Bongo, like living inside that giant platform on the middle of like smoke air or whatever, and then like the ceiling is the only way to get into that room. It's like a fall. Like multiple bosses do this, and it's like, why do you live in these rooms?
I mean, it's yeah. It might in the case of Bongo, at least you're like, already dead. Doesn't really need to worry about it. But for the rest, yeah, I mean, this just clearly seems like bad design on their part.
It does. Someone needs a better interior designer in Hyrule, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you're looking for some work in Hyrule, I would recommend hit up some of the bosses. They clearly need some advice. You see, good interior design, Volvagia. Yes, there's fire pits, but this boss is actually immune to the fire in its own room. That's a smart design.
And technically, by the fact that it can't like die in the lava, like it just has a bunch of hot tubs everywhere. Like, who doesn't want that?
Yeah. This is clearly whoever designed that, the boss room for them, good interior designer.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Also, we actually see Egg going into Shadow Temple now.
Interesting. So we have a well, a shadow, just finished up Ganon's tower, and then probably just some regular checks. At least it's not forest anymore. You know what? I think the worst interior design is Baronade, though, because it literally just lives inside of a fish. Like, who wants to smell fish all day? Just saying.
Maybe it really likes the smell of fish. We don't judge. It also like doesn't have a nose, so it's fine.
How do you know Baronade doesn't have a nose?
We never see it in any cutscenes, so we kind of have to assume.
Well, you don't know Baronade. Like, not this Baronade hate.
Monka TOS, no pen name girl.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, interesting. We see Sora now grabbing a Ponasong. Might be opting to go to GTG. We do have two named item hints there, so there is a good chance of finding something decent. Something like Bow could be there. A big troll would be Bow is in GTG, but it's Bow locked. That would be kind of mean, but also hilarious.
That'd be hilarious. It would be so funny if that was true. But yeah, it's time for that we've been building up to this the entire seed, and all these stones have led us here. What is in GTG?
As we were mentioning earlier, the Hero's Path hints, which you can tell are Hero's Path, the wording's a little bit different, and also it's in green instead of blue. Those ones aren't tied to logic at all, so there's absolutely nothing stopping it from being from this item locking itself, or being something that we already have, or that we just really don't need.
Time to fight some Gerudos. Oh yeah.
Keymakers actually seems to have
We're
the same
really
idea
bad
too.
engineering.
That
Let's
color
see,
of
what
tunic
is
on the
some-
for the Gerudo guard looks real nice. Not gonna lie.
True. Alright, GTG, y'all. This is what we've been literally building towards the entire seed. Gotta see what's in here. This is it. Like, we've been waiting for this for an hour and 20 minutes.
We'll see. There's supposed to be 2 items in here, so we don't know where they are. We don't know what they're gonna be. So,
I'm gonna
get your
laugh
guesses
if
in
it's
chat.
a Kakiri sword.
Is one of these items going to be bow?
Something like that. I'm gonna laugh. Deku shield. Oh no, we're already off to a great start. Oh no.
Yeah, one thing that you may have seen on Egg site, he might be going for hookshot version, though they do have, yeah. So he's going here for you can cross this gap just using the hookshot. It is quite precise to do, but there is a setup in order to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Fire arrow, that is on our list, so that is one that it could be pointing to, and would actually be really annoying because they have to inspire.
Yeah. Like I said, we're off to an interesting start in GCG. Oh boy. Alright.
Yes, I don't know why the lava room in GTG does not require Goron Tunic. It's very weird.
It is weird, isn't it? I was wondering about that myself, because I was like literally it's hot as balls in that room, and just why are you not wearing your tunic to not die?
Very inconsistent.
Also, why do they have lava in the middle of the desert? Why do they have lava in the middle of the desert?
I play Minecraft. That's perfectly normal.
So randomly. Oh, that's true. But I was thinking, like, GTG has like the toilet. It has the oh, God, I am.
We
not
did see
breathing
Egg did
right
fail
now.
that skip,
Oh,
but as
it
you
has
just saw
a
on
lot-
his side, he just did a clip to get out of bounds. The whole reason for that is to send you back up to the top. So it's just way faster than going all the way around.
There's just GTG just has all these different environments like encapsulated inside. It's like, where is this located? Like, what desert has these things? All in the same
Gerudo
place,
Desert.
I mean. Apparently, that's the answer. So yeah, Sora's looking at the other side right now.
I mean, yeah, the Gerudo are canonically thieves in this game, so maybe they stole lava. It's a good point.
They stole the lava. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
What
did
you
they
put
use
it
the
in? I
giant
don't know.
pot
In this
for
game,
it?
probably put it in a bottle because bottles are magic in this game.
Lava bottle. I mean,
That was
that's
a
the
nice,
perfect
like,
way to
recoil
kill
from
any
Sora.
enemy in this game. Why aren't we just doing that? You should just bottle up a bunch of lava and then just pour it on things.
So that's it. The reason the lava in DMC was so low is because they just kept stealing all of it. This does explain a lot into this. All the pieces are fitting together.
It's true.
We might need a hammer to actually get them to fit, but regardless, we have that. Or we know where it is, so it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, they don't have enough strength yet for the block, do they?
Yeah, they
can't
also
do
don't
that.
have hover boots, which is a little bit monk-ass. You can skip this one as well using hover boots. That's the main one of the main uses for hover boots is skipping strength. But we will see what they end up opting to do. Now, Egg on Onyx Tracker, they do have opponent marked off, so I think they're just either forgotten or they're just being stubborn. It's about 50-50. You can very easily get into a groove with doing glitches that you're determined to do that glitch. Even if there's a faster way to do it, sometimes it's just almost a matter of pride. You're like, no, I will get this. I don't care how long it takes.
I have to do it this way.
It's a well-known scientific fact
why I
that doing
stayed up
things the
till, like-
intended way is way less fun than doing them the unintended way.
This is why, rather than sleeping, I stayed up playing Breath of the Wild and finishing the final trials for the first time ever. So you get too stubborn to a point where you just do it at the loss of something else. Also, ice arrows in GTG, fire arrows in GTG, they're just like fire and ice right now. It's almost like George
ice.
R.R. Martin wrote this game. Oh, bow!
There's that bow! That's worth it.
Oh!
Bow is definitely nice. You do need that to beat the game. Ice arrows are not included on that list. For those wondering, the list of items that it can be on for the opportunity hints: hover boots, hookshot, dince fire, bomb bag, boomerang, bow, megaton hammer, iron boots, magic meter, mirror shield, fire arrows, or strength. So any of those items can be hinted as one of the opportunity hints.
Also, can we just, like, pretend like ice arrows are required for Bongo Bongo? Can we just pretend?
Yeah, they basically are, right?
Alright. Basically.
Egg, you can do it.
Gotta
You
get
can do
him
it,
to
Egg.
punch himself.
Everyone get your
Gotta get those swag strats.
everyone give your energy to Egg for the strat. Give energy. You got this. Good job, guys.
I'm channeling it right now. We did it. We manifested that for him.
First try.
But yeah, oh man, bow and the arrow combos that just came out of GTG. Okay, GTG, that's what they were trying to get you to do.
Bows is particularly nice in GTG because that lets you clear more of it. So originally you might be like, guess I'm leaving. Oh, Keymaker actually see here going for weird shot. That's a trick where you roll into an explosive and press hook shot at a certain time. There are setups for this. If you're able to pause buffer, there are some decently consistent ones. And that causes your camera to go like way underground, and you're able to hook shot things from that angle that you wouldn't otherwise be able to. So it's quite nice in GTG. It can also be useful in like Fire Temple and a couple other more niche cases.
Okay. But yeah, no, that bow find was huge. They're probably going to go back to fourth, though, right? Like that's like the next logical step after GTG.
So who saw Egg? That was weird. I don't know which Gerudo saw him there, but that's okay. We can click. Yeah, my guess, Forest is a good bet if you haven't been able to find the boss key, since then it's probably locked behind Bow.
Yeah.
Was Jin going to GTG as child?
Yeah, you have all the tools in order to finish.
Jin is going to GTG child. So you see here, going for a mega flip. As if your mega flip with choose is actually, as long as you're able to pause buffer, it's very consistent since you have there are very easy visual cues you can use in order to know when you're supposed to drop the chew, when you're supposed to roll, when you're supposed to do the backflip. So as long as you're able to pause buffer on your console, you're good to go for that one. Ooh, nice. That was fast too.
Alright, I'm gonna refresh because it's so bad right now. I'll be RB.
We do actually see, it looks like Keymaker is going to Forest with that bow. We see Sora, it looks like going to Spirit Temple. Spirit Temple is another medallion, so it is pretty good, though they don't have they don't have hover boots. I don't know if they have their choose, because you can also use choose to put past that block as adult. So that's interesting. We'll see what he ends up doing. He might just be going for the song.
In the back.
Jin does tend to do a lot of child stuff, so it is very possible that this is still child 1 for Jin.
It's really eerie to like see child going through like Gerudo Fortress. There's no like actual Gerudos around. It's really weird.
Yeah, and if you open up the chest, I think that's still the case in Rando, because I don't think they changed it. But definitely in vanilla, if you go up to that chest on the top, there's a weird mushroom in there as child for some reason.
Oh. That's wild.
Yeah, it looked like at one point they were intending child to go in here, and then they just didn't bother removing some stuff. Because they're like, you can't get here.
Are we doing child GTG? Oh my god, we're doing child GTG. Oh my god.
There are some things you can't do as child in GTG, but overall, there are some things that are pretty fast. You're going to see some Vi clips here. There's one frame in Child Link's climbing animation, or regrab specifically, that you're actually partially on the other side of the wall. And if you get damaged by a damage source, in this case, the easiest one are choose, but you can also use like Skulltulas and stuff like that. It just knocks you straight to the other side of the wall.
Interesting.
And true, there is also the 37th heart piece in Child GTG that they didn't remove. They also don't link it to the adult one like they do for Zora's River, which is weird. You can do it, Jen.
Zora made its Desert Colossus for the first time. We're gonna get some Colossus chat.
It will be interesting because at this point they can't do very much in Spirit Temple, unless they have choose that and they do that trick, which I don't know if they have choose yet, so that'll be interesting. Oh boy, we found a paperweight.
Yeah, that's more like what I want to see in this feed.
There we go, and Jen got
this
the.
Feed has like been.
Fine. The seed has been super weird.
The seed has been very interesting. It's super weird. Like, there's these little pockets of like important places, but like no hints like really drive you to all of the things in those places. It's kind of bizarre. Alright. What's the hint? Market is foolish.
Market. Thanks, game. Thanks.
Yep. Thank you. This seems so wild. Oh my gosh. It's a trip.
Come on, Jin. You can do it. So we're seeing kind of two different ways of skipping past these skipping past these gates.
Serious.
Well, that gives access to that hammer, so that's nice.
Right. Yeah, it also gives access to, I guess, Papa D's check, I guess. If you really want to go there. Alright, so Sora's opting for Forest, but yeah, the game just kind of opened up with Darius check, because now you can get the hammer and do fire, you also have the bow, you can do Forest, so there's some choices right now to be made.
Yeah, in terms of what we need to beat the game, because you only need 5 of the 6 medallions, you are able to skip one of them depending on what you find. It's kind of deliberate design for the DDR settings. We like there to be options, so you're not forced to find absolutely everything. In this case, we're are dungeons that they could opt for. We have Forest, Fire, Water, Spirit, the free one, and then DC. DC, they all have bombs, and so that's almost certainly going to be one they go for. Forest, at this point, with the bow, they're going to definitely be able to clear that, so that's a good choice. And then Water, at this point, they could theoretically go some of them, but they still need some way to cross the gap at the end, so they would need either hover boots or long shot. Fire Temple, they need to grab that hammer, and Spirit, you need to make sure to have hover boots, store strength 2, or some other way to cross that first initial gap, as well as make sure to have that mirror shield from Shadow.
Yeah. So they have all the tools they need to get enough medallions to finish. It's just what order do you do it all in?
I don't think any of our players have enough to currently finish. But collectively, we do know where enough stuff is for people to be able to finish.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thanks for correcting me. That's what I meant to say. Like, there's enough known about in the entire game from the commentator and viewer perspective to know that to get through most of it.
Yeah. We're in no mode. They are not, but we're in no mode.
Yeah. Yep. I should.
We actually even know enough for there to be options too.
I should definitely caffeinate myself.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah. Next time I do a stream, I need to be caffeinated because I'm not coming up with the right words today. So
you should get one of those like
this is a bad
hats,
idea.
like one of the hats with the cups attached. Think of like, then you can just like double hat in some coffee.
Yeah, I could do that. Double cupping it on a Saturday.
Or alternatively, if you want to go super fancy, have one with coffee, one with like milk and sugar. So then you like it as you drink it, it combines to become the level of milked coffee that you like. It's perfect.
What's really weird is I actually have one of those machines at work, so I actually can't do that.
Perfect.
As weird as that sounds, I know. I'm just not at work today, so. Okay.
Oh, interesting. So Sora just found the boss key. So that actually isn't technically logically it's bow locked, but for us it isn't actually bow locked. So you could theoretically skip the bow here. Obviously, to beat the game, you still need the bow because you need to be able to shoot light arrows. But specifically for Forest Temple, it wouldn't necessarily be needed. There you go, Jen. Those are going for the vine clips.
Yeah.
So I mentioned for the trick Jen's going for, it is frame perfect. There is a reasonably consistent setup for it, but it is still a frame perfect trick. So it's by no means a super simple one. Especially as you're first learning, there's very much a rhythm you have to get used to in order to get that trick consistently.
Oh boy, double forest. This is gonna be fun.
Meanwhile, we actually see Eggs going for Spirit. Look like gonna be going for Eclipse.
Oh, that's interesting.
Doesn't have hover boots, so it's going for Chew setup for this.
I'm gonna mostly rely on you for Egg because this stream is super glitchy for me. So have fun. And Jen getting the rest of his arrows.
What's he doing here? Is he going? I don't know. Sure if he's going for a super slide, or I think the other version on the other side is a mega flip. I'm not sure what this version involves. I'll see though. He could be going for. Oh, it looks like he's partially clipped already, so that's interesting. There we go. There you go. So apparently that's one way to get through. It looked like I missed the first clip. The second one was just looked like a mega flip. The first one I wasn't able to see what it was.
Mm.
It was buffering on my end.
Yeah, his stream is super buffery for me. Like, I'm getting bits and pieces, but you're getting way more than I am out of that. So, and it's like that's the only one that's like super. It's like the most interesting thing going on right now. It's the only one that's like buffering issues for me.
Yeah, that's a very interesting way to reach the child side. The most common way you do that is via via hover boots. So interesting to see that method, which might pay off for him. We'll see.
We'll see.
In particular, if it ends up being child side,
Goron
like a child side
tunic.
BK, we'll see.
Oh boy, that's an interesting place for it.
Oh, interesting. So that means that logically, Requiem might not be required for Spirit, since we didn't have the boss key or small key on that side. But Spirit key logic, it might be too early to say. I don't know if anyone really understands key logic. So yeah, so Matthew, if you see there the settings, those are available if you want to check out the dev online dev. You can check out the you can check the DDR preset on web dev, and that has all of the settings we use, including this hint distro, which is kind of specifically the DDR one. On Key Egg side, we see him now doing the clip for adult side.
Yeah.
There we go. Very nicely done there. Very clean.
Very nice. Mm-hmm. Love that. What's TDR in a non-Dance Revolution context?
So DDR stands for Dungeon Door Requirement. It's the rule set in place here. The TLDR for it is that it bans some of the most powerful glitches in the game. It requires you to open boss doors, and it opens you to enter dungeons more or less the intended way.
Matthew, that's so funny because I had the exact same question when they were like, "Hey, do you want to commentate for DDR?" I'm like, "What the heck is a DDR?" So that's all I know is Dance Revolution. So it's really funny you asked that because it's my first thought when I heard the acronym. Also,
it's fun. There is an emote on the OTR Discord that is a link on dancing on a dance pad. That's DDR. It's fantastic.
Oh no!
I think Axe made that for us.
I have to duck for just a second. My laptop's dying.
We still hoping at some point that we convince Trez to play DDR rule set on a DDR dance pad, because that would be funny. Oh wow. So there's another quiver at the bottom of forest. The funny thing for that particular one is that if you do the Poe cutscene skip, you can actually get that item. Yeah, that's kind of a painful bow to see. When that was the major thing you found in GGG. That one probably hurts to see.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm back now. I found my keyboard connector, so hopefully my internet will be better.
Hopefully. Welcome back. You did miss in the basement of forest. We found another bow, which is very oof.
Not a bow-locked bow. We hate that. Oh, Sora just like... Oh, that was such a cool Chance and Ganon boss fight. Just shoots him a crap ton with arrows.
It's one of the really nice things. It's actually one of the best applications of ISG. If you're looking to learn a glitch, ISG is a really fun one to learn. Mostly for this specific boss fight. Since when you get ISG, you're stabbing every single frame. You reflect every single frame.
Yeah, no, that was a fun fight.
So it's if you're looking for a good spot to use ISG, that's a really fun one. In both that fight and the Final Phantom Ganon fight, you can just use ISG to just sit back and sip a latte.
Oh man, a latte sounds so good right now. I should do that after this is done.
You can use the sippy cup and then just have espresso and milk instead.
Lon milk and...
Or should you go for some Chateau Romani if you want to be super fancy?
Matt, oh, we're dipping into some MM talk here. This is an OOT chat, my friend. I'm just kidding.
Chateau Romani and OOT randomizer when, Kappa?
But we make some magic bean coffee, throw in some Lon milk, and you're good to go. Let me tell you.
How many hearts would coffee with Lon milk restore? I'd go with at least 6.
At least, yeah. Depends on how many shots of coffee is in it.
Oh, also, in case you guys didn't know, because I only found out this fairly recently, when you're climbing this wall that Egg is now, holding Z actually changes your hitbox and makes it easier to climb. For reasons. Because OOT. So in case you didn't know that, now you know.
Interesting. Jen is gonna do Child Gerudo or Child Spirit, I guess?
Child Spirit.
Why
doing
not?
Child Spirit as Child.
Wow.
Weird feeling.
Imagine that vanilla play there.
I'm pretty sure it's I don't know if this qualifies as vanilla given the amount of stuff had to be done to get here, but we'll count it.
True, that's true. We did see the we did see the Gerudo-less Gerudo Fortress. Oh, alright, so what's in the Song of Storms and Forest? I'm interested in this one, actually. Requiem of Spirits on Ocarina of Time. A bottle!
It's
bottle,
fine.
Bottle. Yeah.
And we also did have a Way of the Hero for Temple of Time. So it could be, so it's one of the two songs. Requiem would be an interesting one. As like you would need it for logically, I don't know if you'd need it for Spirit. At this point, we don't think we do, but it depends on the item locations.
Hey chat, guess what time it is? It's hammer time! Alright, I've been waiting to make that joke for an hour and 50 minutes. Keep going.
Fire hammer will let them do fire, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, Keymaker is going to be doing, if you look on the bottom left, doing that cuckoo dive we mentioned. The objectively best way to enter bottom of the well. And so he will be able to find his hover boots there. With hover boots, I think that will also put Keymaker in go mode, I believe. Since they'll be with that, they'll be able to do spirit as well as. Okay, water, we're not 100% sure. It depends really on item placements and how comfortable you are with all the glitches. But
you
might
don't have
be able to do water.
Still. Oh wait, no glitches. Hello, my bad.
Yeah, Water Temple has some interesting glitches to skip Iron Boots.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So we'll see. I don't know to what extent Keymaker knows all of them. Some of them are somewhat obscure and just a little bit insane.
Not the hypnosis Goron jar again.
True, we do know where Iron Boots are.
Yep, we do.
No one's found a second scale. So we don't know. We can't get them yet.
Your boss keys on the gloves?
Yeah, on Adam's side.
No. Or was that vanilla? No, that wasn't vanilla.
No, that's there's Mirror Shield there.
Sorry, that's Mirror Shield. Yep, okay. My brain just can't think of the right thing today. I don't know why.
Thinking's overrated.
Apparently. Plus we have lovely chat who will correct me when my brain can't brain.
Ooh, is Egg actually looks to be going for Spirit Climb or Statue Climb. He's actually doing a series of glitches in order to get behind the grate that normally blocks your path and behind the face.
Ooh, that's spicy. I like this.
Ooh, doing unbuffered too. That was beautiful, Egg.
Oh wow!
And there you go. And since you are unlocking the door in the intended manner, this is perfectly allowed in DDR. You are opening the boss door.
Oh my gosh!
DDR does not care how you get to that boss door, so long as you open it.
That is my favorite play from Egg so far this entire seed.
That was very well done too. Very fast.
That was lovely.
It can theoretically save you from actually needing to have Mirror Shield to get to the boss door. But boring. You need Mirror Shield in the boss anyway, so.
Well, got opened the boring way. I'm sad. Aura's disappointing me right now. Not vanilla door opening for the well.
Yeah, Lane, dot shame. If you use Song of Time to open the bottom of the well, we're not mad. We're just disappointed. It's fine.
After watching Kuko dive, nothing will ever make me happy again with trying to do well stuff.
Yes, it is a fairly the Kuko dive is a little bit trickier to do just because you have to make sure to pick up the Kuko before it gets annoyed. You can Navi dive there, and that's also acceptable. So just so long as you don't play the song. Yes, sometimes it's faster to play the song, but you know, who needs to go fast in a race?
I feel bad for Jin. Like we're totally paying attention to all these cool strats and stuff. He's over here just trying to get his second medal or whatever.
Yeah, we'd like to point out Jin is still doing Child 1, we think.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Jin's a really good example. If you're looking just to learn the game, you don't really need to do anything fancy. Jin has been opting to do some stuff for fun. Oh, yeah, is that a one bob super slide? Ooh. That's nice.
Yeah.
You don't really need to do anything fancy. If you want to do glitches, that's perfectly welcome to. If you want to just go through and see completely standard, it uses glitchless logic, so that's perfectly fine too.
Yeah. I just I've been paying so much attention to Sora and Keymaker and Egg with their cool strats and stuff, and then it's just oh, I feel bad. I'm not doing as well as the others, and so we're not paying much attention to him.
Yeah, Jin it tends to do a lot of child routes. In this particular seed, that's not going to be as useful for him. Turns out there's going to be a decent amount of stuff that's better for adult. But that's what they feel comfortable with. So more power to them.
Yep. But if you're having fun, that's the important thing with all of this. You're not having
as long
fun.
as you're having fun and not playing Song of Storms 2 open bottom of the well. Those are really the two key points. Those are the key points that really need to be spoken at.
Yeah.
And would like to point out, Jin did not. Oh, that's a very interesting boomerang find.
Oh, cool. Is he the only one that has that?
I think so. I think no one else is bothered going there. It isn't going to be super useful because Jabu's a stone, but that's a surprisingly early rang.
Hey, Jin did something no one else did. I have to give Jin some credit.
Yeah, that might be how you're supposed to get the No, they would open up at the same time for being able to do beans versus the boomerang for that item to get hookshot. At this point, actually, I say that. According to his own tracker, Jin doesn't have hookshot yet, so might have to use that boomerang. Who knows?
Who knows? Oh boy. Man, this race is really interesting. It's getting kind of close, even though it didn't really seem like it for a while between the top three. They're all in 3 or 4 medallions right now. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, for what we like about the about the DDR settings we use is it tends to have a lot of flexibility, and it's really tough to say what's going to end up being faster. And so you're never really forced to do one thing. And you can kind of just go and do something else for most strats, and always come back and do it later. So it's very flexible, and you can see tons of different routes.
Yeah. Oh, we already knew about that. I was like, what is down there? I already knew that.
That's definitely one that all of our players are probably looking at that and kind of groaning internally. Being like, Ooh, Sora actually got crushed by that block.
Oop.
That can happen. I think it means you backflip too early, I think. Because also did a 1-bomb super slide too. Just for the flex,
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright, so Egg's going for Ganon's castle or tower. I'm not sure. It's one of the two. It's both. It can be a castle and a tower. It's fine.
Yeah, according to the text, it's inside Ganon's castle, but I think officially the tower's the middle part. I don't know.
I think so. That sounds right to me. Purchasing bombs.
I love the hover over the shield and then going, nah, let's buy bombs instead.
Yeah. Jin's going adult! Yay!
As Jin's going adult, it is a good time to mention to everyone, happy 2 hours.
Yeah! Happy 2 hours, everyone!
Shoutouts, as always, to our track. iBot beat me to it. Shout out to our trackers, Tamaltech, No Pen Name Girl, Ginger Sony, and Joda with J, as well as all our runners on stream, Sora, Egg, Key, and Jin. Like to shout out also my co-commentator Malcon with me, as well as, of course, our restreamer, who doesn't get their own command, and they should, iBot OoT for helping set everything up for the glorious restream we have here.
yeah, the real hero here is Dobby, who's just been a fantastic person to learn from. This is my first stream. I have no idea what I'm talking about for the most part. I'm learning a lot, so.
You just get real good at pretending after a while. It's fine.
Big shout out to Dobby for showing me the ropes.
Oh yeah. Everyone can put a heart in chat for Malcon. This is their first restream,
Yay!
getting thrown in the deep end.
Kawaii.
We also,
Oh,
if in
boy.
case you are just joining in, this is the DDR weekly restream. This is using the DDR rule set, which is a glitch rule set between No I Am Realmware and Standard. It bans some of the most powerful glitches in the game while allowing more of the quality of life stuff. In addition, it has certain requirements in that you have to open the boss doors more or less the intended way, as well as opening boss doors more or less the intended way, with using boss keys as applicable. We also, if you are looking to interested in joining, at the end of this month, we are going to have a tournament for a DDR rule set. We have qualify starting on May 30th, and it's going to be every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. 5 p.m. UTC is, I hope, the conversion. No one has corrected me yet, so I hope it's that. They're qualifier races using these settings. You can find them on the online web build by using the DDR preset. There's going to be 8 races, and you need at least 3 in order to be counted on the leaderboard.
Not Jen missing rupees in the Arrow game. You hate to see that. But yeah, you'll be happy to know my internet is much better since I found the cable, so I haven't had any lagging issues recently, so that's good. Poggers.
Oh yes, Tamaltic bringing up one point. It's our DDR weekly race, but the restream is monthly, to clarify.
Alright, so is Keymaker going for the glitch right now? No. Just trying to get it on top of that hand.
I also appreciate that Egg used the setup in order to hit that switch in the back. I'm pretty sure you can just stand in front of it and just drop the 2. But you know, if you want to use the setup, more power to you.
Yeah. Not Angie freezing another person. Let it go! Let it go!
Everyone the cold shoulder today.
Literally. There's nothing funnier to me in this game than that angry, like music box playing guy, and like he just cranks faster and faster when he gets annoyed, and it's really funny. It's like therapy for that guy. Like crank that faster.
Yeah, no one ever told him you could just not play at the same speed as the windmill, but you know, it's fine.
Jen getting a hook shot! I'm so happy right now. I just want Jen to have a good time.
And at this point, because they have a ton of items, Jin's routing is super open.
Yep.
So can go like basically wherever they want. They have hammer. They could go to fire right now if they wanted to.
The world is his water temple clan right now.
Hopefully it's not, because we found out that's one of the more annoying enemies. So I hope it's not one of those.
True.
Hopefully the world is like his... I don't know, what's a non-annoying enemy in this game? Deku's Baba?
God, I think all the enemies are annoying, to be quite frank with you.
Like, I go Deku Babas are okay. They just kind of, like, sit there and, like, wobble. Ooh, also, I don't know if Keymaker's had this on for a while, but that's a nice color mirror shield.
That is beautiful! I hadn't seen that one yet.
Eggs of the Strength came from within. As all true strength does. TLDR, I have no idea.
The real strength was inside us the whole time.
Yeah, that is true. Baby Dodongos explode, and so can be useful too.
Hey, what is Eggmeister going for right now? Pin something?
Song, maybe?
No. Oh, no, hammer. What am I thinking? Oh no, he has the hammer. Wait, what is Egg doing?
This might be just going to, like, Zora's Domain or something like that. This would be the fastest way, I think.
But we already know that it's a big pile of poop. Why are you going that way?
Well, Domain we don't know. We know Fountain is bad,
Oh.
and we know that Ice Cavern's bad.
Yeah, I think we also know King Zora is bad, but maybe I'm wrong there.
Oh, it might be our... yeah, he did... Apparently, Egg's tracker is just wrong. He doesn't have hammer, but he's got hammer marked.
Oh, okay. I was like, it makes sense to go for the hammer here, but like it was on the tracker that he had the hammer, so I was like, what?
Yeah, maybe he's planning on getting it.
If he's going for the hammer, that makes all the sense in the world. Absolutely. That's the right play. Not going for the not cool strats to get to this door in Spirit Temple. Like, everything else is just boring to me now, because Eggmeister spoiled me.
Yeah, it is. I would like to point out that strat is fairly precise. There are quite a number of inputs you have to do. You can pause buff them, as with most tricks in this game. But it is still pretty precise to go for, and it is not required. So if you're looking at this and you're thinking that all these glitches look super tough, DDR rule set uses glitchless logic, and so you are not required to do any glitches whatsoever. You can play through completely standard, and that's a perfectly valid gameplay. If you want to use glitches, you can add them as you feel comfortable, those that you want. If your whole goal is you want to play standard, but you want to do that one trick to do the statue climb, that's also fine too.
I think statue climb should be required going forward, because it's too cool.
It is very cool.
It's so cool. I want to watch that again. I might watch this again later just to watch that.
Oh yes, that is true. You do have to do the cuckoo dive. That this is accurate. There is absolutely no misinformation being told right now. It is 100% required in DDR rule set to do that. 100%. Give or take everything I just said.
I just started streaming, and I completely agree that you can't do it any other way.
Yeah. If you are looking to learn those glitches, I can recommend you go check out in the OTR Discord, which I can do. Can I spell it correctly? Haha, I've been like 3 for 3 for spelling that right. You can go check out in the OTR Discord, the DDR discussion channel. If you're looking for any tips or tricks in order to learn glitches or just routing in general for these settings, I recommend you go check out there. We also have now set up, if you're looking to join the tournament that's at the end of May, you can go check out. There are some channels in there specifically set up for that. The DDR S1 tournament section. You can also ask around in there.
Yeah, join. It's super cool.
Let's see. Egg does not have bow marked on their track.
No.
I don't know if they have that and it's just a reverse hammer. But otherwise, I think they might be good. Oh, yeah, because they did spirit. They can do fire.
Mm-hmm.
So they would just skip water.
Yeah.
Yeah, assuming if they have bow and they just don't have it marked on the personal tracker, then yes, they should be in about at this point.
Oh, is this going to be Sora's 5th medallion?
They already have it marked, it looks like.
Oh, I see. I was like, oh, no way. I was like, when did I miss a medallion for Sora?
Into this, that means that the tracker is paying more attention than Egg. We have their actual streams up, and so their personal trackers, there's updated by them as they're running. It tends to be more or less accurate, because our runners are busy actually running the game. trackers do a fantastic job of making sure that the items that they have marked on your version of the tracker on the restream is correct. And so I would go with what that tracker says.
The trackers are awesome. Love you, trackers. Alright, so Sora's making the fire temple. So it's just a bunch of fire temple right now, so. And then Keymaker finishing off Sexy Rova. I guess that's what you call her when she's in this form. Sexy Turbo Hexy, love that. And then, yeah. Pretty much just fire, fire, fire. All around. Alright, so let's see. So I think it's just me right now, because I think Dobby had to be right back, so you're going to get the janky version of it commentating. Doesn't know what he's talking about, for the most part. I think it's just a bunch of fire. Luckily, it's just a bunch of fire right now, so it's just like fire temple, fire temple, fire temple. And then Keymaker over here doing something different. What's he doing? What's he doing?
Yes, we see a lot of players going for Fire Temple, which makes me sad because Fire Temple is my least favorite temple.
It's a temple.
So Sagon, go mode means they found what they need to beat the game. They just need to go and actually go and beat the game. So that's currently what they're doing. They're just going through the temples, collecting the medallions they need in order to finish.
Also, the groupie is in Fire Temple, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, we have found Greg. Run has been validated.
Yay! Let's see. So when Sora finishes this, he'll be like ready to take on Ganon, right?
Yep.
Oh,
this is Sora's last temple they need to do. So
yeah. Is it also? Oh no, I was gonna say is it also Egg, but it's not. Egg has to do one more after this.
Yeah, Egg still has to do Forest.
Yeah. Keymaker has to do something.
Yeah. We'll see what Keymaker opts to do.
I was like, Keymaker has the tools to go do something else.
Going this way, is Keymaker opting to do Water Temple?
Oh, that's a weird play.
It is a bit risky. It can be faster. Fire Temple is a very is a fairly slow dungeon, depending where the boss key is. If it's way at the top, that's like a solid like 10 minutes. And so Water Temple tends to be a lot more open-ended for the start. But there is a lot of risk in terms of the tricks you have to do.
I mean,
so if Keymaker gets lucky, this could be faster than doing Fire Temple.
Yeah.
This is also a lot riskier since it does not have the necessary equipment that you're expected to have at this point. So it needs to do a hook shot to open up the Water Temple. And then probably going to Ocarina dive in order to actually enter the dungeon.
This is a very interesting play from Keymaker.
definitely fire in this case is definitely the safest play. You know you're not going to have to do anything too fancy in order to beat it, and you just don't know based on where that boss key is how fast it's going to be.
Yeah, that's a yikes. I'm nervous for him, honestly. Eggmeister just got an ice chest in the fire temple, and that tickles me pink because that feels like an oxymoron.
Hey, and maybe the Alter Drudo stole the lava from here, and that's how you have the ice here.
Yeah, or we could go Pokemon reference here and get the never melt ice. That could be it.
That could be it too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was just like, there's an ice chest in a volcano. That's something alright. Deku Seeds! Perfect.
So on Sora's side here, we see going for a clip. This is a pretty easy clip to do, and is basically the only major skip you have in Fire Temple. It's pretty linear otherwise, but this just lets you get to this area a little bit earlier, get to the top region. So it saves a little bit of time.
Oh, Keymaker. Oh no. Was not getting this clip.
Yeah, this is a pretty precise. You're not supposed to do it like this, obviously. You're supposed to just have iron boots. So this is pretty precise to be able to do at all.
Oh no. I'm so nervous for Keymaker right now.
There is a setup in order to have the right spot. But it does involve like some precise movement, and at the end you need to take a quick shot extension. So
this Keymaster might be totally in this if he'd opted just to go for Fire Temple at this point. So it's possibly a game losing move right now.
Yeah, it's definitely very difficult. He's definitely behind Sora in terms of like doing that. So it still depends. Like this is very much a make or break for Key. If he gets this and the boss key's pretty nice, he can still be ahead.
It's a big if though. Oh man, I'm so nervous watching him on his stream right now. I'm gonna focus on something else. That's too stressful.
It's.
We
did have. I think it was actually the last DDR restream we had. We had the finish times were literally a second apart for some of our runners. So we'll see. It could end up being that close this time.
Yeah, we still haven't found the boss key on fire, so I wonder if it's at the top or the scarecrow.
Oh, if it's a scarecrow, that'd be so gross.
This scene is already so weird.
There's that boss key.
Okay, good. It's not on scarecrow. We're fine.
So that's still pretty late in the dungeon, but it's not as bad as it could be. Oh, interesting. So Egg actually here, instead of save warping, appears to be going for there's a clip you can do in order to get to the boss room. So it basically just saves you a save warp.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that because I was like, why wouldn't you just save warp out of here at this point?
Oh, he's even doing this to knock it down. Is he going for the extra checks? Interesting. Might be going for the extra checks then.
Ooh, that's a time waste right there because Sora's getting closer and closer to getting that chest. Like he's like, that's literally the next check is getting that chest, and then Sora will be in go mode.
Yeah, and I don't know, as you're mentioning, I don't know what else Egg is hoping to find.
Yep. Okay, this is it. Save quit. Yeah. Sora's got this. Oh. Okay, I was like, what is Keymaker doing right now? But
yeah, he's redoing the setup.
Oh God, I'm so nervous. Is Jen doing okay over there?
He being who? Sorry.
Jen, is Jen okay over there?
Jen's probably looking up the setup.
Oh, okay. I was just like checking your boots in the middle of Fire Temple.
It's also
Alright,
possible I have to go to the bathroom, but you know.
Sora and
There
Egg
we
both
go.
on full bags right now. Fire Snake right now.
Meanwhile, we see Keymaker is going for that. Did manage to get that trick, so now going for an
Oh, we
Ocarina dive.
did! Oh, thank God.
Similarly,
Okay,
similarly to Cuckoo Dive and Navi Dive, all you're doing here is triggering the cutscene of playing the Ocarina. And when you're in a cutscene like that, the game just doesn't do water collision properly, and so you just go straight to the bottom. This one can be annoying when you fail it, just because you have to climb all the way back up.
Yeah, he's not getting it. Oh boy. I'm so nervous for him right now. Oh man. It's such a big gamble to take to do this.
We hope for an early
manifesting this for Key. Oh, an Egg finally finished off Fire Snake.
Snake. Snake!
Snake.
There you go. There's Keymaker getting that.
Sora's officially going to head to Ganon after this and be on his way to finishing the speed. About 2 hours and 20 minutes in. Oh, thank God, Key made it into Water Temple finally. Oh! Well, we don't know that officially because I haven't heard anything from Jen. So.
We also see here, you might notice he doesn't have iron boots. So what he's going to do here is a trick called a ledge clip. There's one frame during the Clink's climbing animation or re-grab animation for certain ledges that he's partially out of bounds. And if you retarget on that frame, you go all the way out of bounds and can just clip into that wall. So here he's using this in order to get to the back section here and get to the area. It's going to be a little close. At one point, it's going to proc for him, though. And so he's using this in order to get to that corridor, which allow him to drain the water.
I see. Man, there's so many more clips. It's simple than I thought there would be. Alright, so yeah, Sora's definitely on his way now. He just has to be Ganon and he's done.
Meanwhile, Keymaker is just going to float up for about 20 minutes or so.
Ugh. I don't think that was a good play
by
Keymaker to do this dungeon, to be honest. Because at this point, I mean, even Egg could beat him at this rate. That just depends on how...
Yeah, Egg still needs to find... apparently, based on the menu, apparently did not find the bow in GTG.
Oh boy. No. Why did he drop the fish in Forest Temple? Jabu's not even there.
So this is the trick I was mentioning, the Poe cutscene skip. So you'll actually see it. Halfway through this cutscene, it's going to be like, hey, you caught a fish. And this is going to be really nice for him because he's got his bow down there. So you see he regains control, and now he's able to go to the elevator before it falls down. And now he's able to go to the basement without getting the pose. So that was actually 100% intended.
Okay. I was like, why did he drop the fish? But okay, that's fascinating. Mm-hmm. Oh man, this is so cool.
It's actually the reason that DDR plays with.
Oh my God, he got bailed out by that bow.
He got so bailed out by the bow. He got very lucky.
Oh my God! So now he can go finish Phantom. Wait. Oh, he needs the boss key. My bad.
Yeah, he still needs the boss key.
So yeah,
that particular cutscene skip is actually the reason that we play with enable cutscenes on in DDR. Is specifically for that trick to get to the basement.
Egg has had some really fun tricks up his sleeve with Speed. I'm kind of sad he's not a little bit farther because his tricks have just been like superior to what I've been seeing from other people.
It is a good example of routing being like the most important thing for DDR. You might think that like, oh yeah, you need to know all the glitches. That's really not the case.
No.
You can see Sora didn't go for as much stuff as Egg did, and it's still doing exceptionally well. Is very close
Sora's
to
finishing
sub 230.
Sora's rooting has been spot on this speed. Like I think I noted that pretty early on. Like I was just like, ooh, that's really smart. He's just so smart with his rooting. So it's just a matter of who finishes their dungeon first between Egg and Key.
Yeah.
Will Egg find the boss key before Key finds the boss key, basically? Oh, and Morpha takes forever to die, so...
Morpha's actually pretty fast, especially for runners of this level. It's...
I just meant the theme.
So Morpha actually takes less time than Phantom Ganon.
Interesting. Because I would have thought that scene for Morpha to have the really, like, super dramatic death would take a little bit longer, but interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you count the death. I think it's still faster for Morpha. But yeah, it's definitely a lot closer if you count all of the cutscenes.
Sora gets a nice little one cycle there, I think.
We'll see, is Keymaker gonna get lucky with his boss key? Oof.
We are at the pig with 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Or sorry, 2 hours and 26 minutes. Pig time! It's bacon time!
And we're still hoping. We know that Egg will find, with his particular routing, is going to find it's going to find the boss key, I think, a bit late because it was on the ledge over there, I think. Going to be a little unfortunate on that point. So we'll see. This will give Key a lot of chance to find that boss key, but so far getting quite unlucky with the placement.
Oh, here we go. Sora's about to finish.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Sorry, he's got the map.
Entering the last phase.
Yep.
We'll finish it up really quickly.
Here we go. Oh man. I don't know why he's not using Deku-Net strats. Like, seriously. Like,
well, Deku-Nets do one tick of damage, whereas the Master Sword does 4.
But swag strats, you're on stream, jeez.
I mean, it is fair. Sora doesn't know where everyone else is, though, so it's, I guess if you're using power crouch stat, that's also acceptable.
Get your GGs. GG.
GG to Sora. Sub 230. It is in sub 2, so it's a little bit gross for in terms of seed, but not too bad.
This is just a weird seed altogether. The hints were weird, the placements of some items were weird. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Sora.
Congratulations.
GG.
Thank you.
You did it. So what'd you think about the seed?
I thought it was fine. It was a bit awkward with like the bomb bag on Skull Mask, and like the whole thing with GTG, but other than that, it was fine.
What was your opinion about that bow at the bottom of Forest?
I was kind of mad about that because I forgot I forgot to get a fish before I went to Forest, and I would have been able to get that right there and just beat Forest while I was there the first time. But I even told myself, oh, I'll grab a fish on the way, and I didn't. So yeah, I was pretty mad about that, but especially after all the garbage I had to do in GTG to get the first bow.
I think Keymaker also was in a similar position. Got the bow from GTG after a while and found the bow at the bottom and was really upset. They didn't go the first time with Bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Egg actually lucked out and missed the bow in GTG, but did find the bow at the bottom of Forest. He's currently in Forest now, so actually got super lucky on that front.
So we noted during the race, like, your routing was just super, super clean. What were, like, the key moments for you and how you decided to make your choices? I'm just curious what goes on in the brain of speedrunners when they go.
Well, early on, I was kind of just clearing Sphere 0, and we got nothing. Like it was a really bad early part of the seed. But like as soon as bomb showed up, it kind of like flowed nicely because I knew where hookshot was, and I lucked into that magic in DC.
Yeah, you did.
It flowed perfectly. Like I could dip shadow, and then I got mirror shield, and that didn't really help till later. But having the GTG hint, so there's the info was nice. The items we got from the info weren't really great, but
they were not.
Yeah, they set me on my way decently. And then getting the hovers in bottom of the well was nice. I right before I opened that chest, I was like, okay, I don't want this or that. I want hovers. And then I opened the chest and got hovers. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. So you and Keymaker were actually pretty close for a good chunk of the seed in terms of like how you were doing your runs. And then at the very end, when you opted to go for Fire Temple, Keymaker decided to go for the Water Temple glitch because he didn't have iron. And so that's where we're seeing right now is Keymaker just trying to find that boss key in Water Temple right now still because he spent so long trying to get that aim precise glitch correct. So that was just fascinating that you two were so close for so long and then you just made the choice to go for probably a safer route.
Yeah, I think you had probably about a 3-minute lead, I think, going into Fire Temple versus when Key started trying to get into water. It took a couple tries. It took him like several tries to get the like hookshot only to open Water Temple, and now he's gotten super lucky with boss fights. Like it's been atrocious. He's currently checking Waterfall chest. That's how bad it is.
It's not good. He went from being not too far off the lead to like this. Meanwhile, Egg's just like had some of the coolest strats and just gotten some incredible luck, and now is probably gonna get second on this stream.
Waterfall chest for Bosky. Water. Oof.
Oof.
One thing to note, if you're watching Egg, you saw that he got the boss key and he ran all the way back to the elevator. The reason he did that is because if you do the Poe cutscene skip and you die, reset, or save warp, or I think also FW also does it, you reset the elevator back to its down position. So effectively, you'd then have to go and get all the Poes.
Poor Jen over here. Oh my god, I feel so bad for Jen. Like he's trying so hard.
Yeah, Jen ended up going. Adults, child 1 section was about 2 hours.
Oh, poor guy.
He does stay child for a while. In this case, it didn't work out for him too well.
Nope. Oh no.
Oh, so Sora, when you went to the Spirit Temple, in chat, Tamaltech was mentioning that we knew that was Saria's song. Did you know that ahead of time, and when you were just going there to like place FW, or what was your routing for that?
I knew that Saria's was there just because of the songs that I had left, because we knew that Burning Kike had Sun Song, and then Ice Cavern was barren, so I had to have Serenade. So at that point, I think Saria's was the only song I didn't have, and I was following the song logic pretty closely too, because getting ZL at Minuet, where that's logically locked by Saria's, since Minuet was in the Sun Song grave. I knew before I went over to GTG that I was gonna cross, and having FW was nice, so I didn't have to walk all the way back again.
Speaking of FW, Eggmeister just demonstrated placement of FW being so key. He just went straight from Forest all the way to basically the top of Ganon's Tower and took like no time at all because he placed it there earlier in the run. So it was very smart to cut down some time there at the end.
Where were the other strengths? Was it just the one in water that we saw on Kingmaker?
That's the only one I think that we've seen. There was one in Ganon's Castle, which I think you found as well. And
the validation chest.
And validation chest, and then one in Longshot chest, and I think that's the only other one we've seen so far.
Yeah. That strength and being in validation chest made us all go, what?
Yeah,
That was it.
I've gotten strength from that chest like 2 or 3 times in the past month. It seems to like doing
That's
that.
wild. We were all also hoping that the boss key wasn't on the Scarecrow check in Fire Temple. We were just kind of like, oh my god, how weird the speed has been so far. Like, we hope that wasn't the case, and luckily it wasn't. But that was a fear we all had.
Yeah, because I don't think you had Scarecrow Song at the point you went to Fire Temple, right?
No, I said it as child, but I never got it as adult. So I was really hoping that I wasn't gonna have to go across field again.
I guess it would have been too bad since you did have FW, but
Yeah, it wouldn't have been terrible. Just a little.
it would
slow.
just been like a minute time loss, like just really more of an annoyance than anything else. Excuse me, Ganondorf? Reflecting that light bulb?
Oh no! Oh, Eggmeister, poor guy.
Ganondorf reflected a
man.
light ball at close range with the bottle.
Oh my gosh, that's just bad luck. Oh no. There you go. Yeah, and unlike
try.
Eggmeister, Keymaker didn't have that Pharaoh's Burn set up, so he had to go all the way back to. He has to climb all the way back up, so that'll take some time. Not a lot, but.
So we'll see. Egg definitely has a solid lead going into Ganondorf fight. Keymaker not that far behind, but definitely has.
Jen got the boss key! Yay, Jen!
Nice.
We're rooting for the underdog here.
Yeah, Jin still needs to complete quite a lot of the game. We'll be able to grab the medallion from Fire, but then we'll need to go through. At this point, they're pretty close to go mode though. At this point, because I think they've got basically everything they need. They're likely to need either Mirror Shield or they might need Mirror Shield for Spirit. I'm not sure how familiar what they are with like some of the glitches, but.
Yeah, they spent so long getting stuff as a child that they have a lot of options now as an adult, but it took so long to get to this point that it just was not worth it, as we can see by the finish time.
That's a Sora. So, just to have a frame of mind, in this situation, you opted for Fire instead of Water. Was that just because you knew 100% you could beat Fire, or because you were just guessing that it was going to be faster in terms of needing tricks and stuff like that?
It was mostly because I knew I could beat Fire without having to rely on too many tricks. Like, I know how to get into water, but I'm still actually fairly new to DDR in general. So like, my ability to move around water without scale or Iron Boost was going to be pretty limited. And I didn't want to walk all the way there anyway, since I had Bolero already. It seemed like I'd rather bank on like an early Fire boss key in a quick Fire Temple than try to mess around with water too much.
Clearly, if you're trying to get to the lake,
Right.
Clearly the fastest way to do that will be to go through all the way through the Ice Cavern to get Serenade. It's clearly going to be the fastest.
Get your GGs ready. Egg's about to finish. Oh my god, the powerful Megaton Hammer. GG.
GG to Egg.
Hooray. About 11 minutes off of Aura. Oh man, that Megaton Hammer at the end, that was funny.
That was some swag.
Egg had some swag in this race. Egg did the Gerudo statue glitch, which is pretty fun to watch. I think that was everyone. Oh man, that was worth watching. That was so much fun. And what was the other big thing?
Didn't we also see just went for a swag strat on Volvagia? You can weird shot below the ground and use the bow to snipe the underground Volvagia before the fight starts. And so once the fight starts, you can just really quickly kick it. That is slower than doing the quick kill, but I think it's faster than a slow quick kill, if that makes sense.
Curse you, egg! Sorry, I love seeing the name pop up in the dialogue. Oh man, that was fun. He's gonna join us.
So Sora, while we have some downtime here, are you excited for the tournament?
I am actually. I'm glad to be back to DDR. I took a bit of a break, but when I saw the announcement for the tournament, I was like, okay, that's a good enough excuse to get back to it. So I've been relearning a lot of things again. It's fun though. I really like playing DDR.
We're definitely happy to have you back, and we're hoping to get a lot of people join in.
Yeah, it'd be nice if a lot of people joined in. It's not as scary, you know. It's not scary to play. I think a lot of people that play standard could enjoy DDR, even if they didn't, learn everything. It's pretty accessible, and the stuff you can learn to, really make a difference isn't really all that hard. Like there's infinite things you can learn. I still have a ton of things to learn, but just being able to have fun with the rule set, I was kind of able to pick it up like in a week or so with some practice.
And that's it for Keymaker. GG.
I think, Sora, you're originally a standard player, I think, too, right?
Yeah, so my background is in Rando, not really as an OOT player, so I kind of approach this as someone who knows how to play Rando but doesn't know any glitches.
So as someone with that kind of background, what would you say what would you say is really nice to learn if you're looking to like either join the tournament or join races? What would you say is good for someone with that kind of background to learn in terms of either glitches or routing or getting used to differences?
I think for the most part, as long as you can learn things that skip major items, like learn how to do Shadow without hover boots, learn how to get into Spirit without Strength 2, stuff like that. That'll be like your huge time saver for a standard player. It's nice to know how to like do weird shots and all that. But like just starting out, just figuring out how to skip items and play around with the variable medallions a bit is probably the best way to go. That's how I did it. Just like for each dungeon, I'd learn like, okay, what are the things I could do to skip items that I don't want to have to look for sometimes, and then kind of just go from there.
And you have certainly done exceptionally well for DDR. You've really like soared through the ranks, getting and are doing exceptionally well in like our leaderboards and in general in our races. So we're very glad to have you back.
It's good to be back. I took a break because I wanted to try to qualify for the Scenes Before tournament, but that didn't go so well. So now I'm back. It's good to be back.
You'll be able to qualify for the DDR Season 1.
Yay. What was the most frustrating moment for you in Speed? Because there were a few of them.
Probably the Bone Forest, honestly, because
It was so bad.
I hate Forest Temple a lot. Like in the co-op tournament, my team's name was F Forest Temple because I really don't like Forest Temple. So one of the things I really like about DDR is usually skipping a bunch of Forest Temples. So then to not do that and then find the bow in the bottom.
Oh, did you get that same bow? Nice.
GG Egg.
That was
Hi, Egg. Congrats.
yeah. Thank you. Sorry, you get the bow in basement in Forest? Is that where you got that bow?
No.
No. Oh, I got that. That was hilarious.
You got super lucky, Egg.
You got lucky, Egg. It was actually in GTG.
Oh, fun. Fun.
So you missed that entirely. We were just like, how are you gonna get it? And then you managed to get that glitch to get into Forest Basement. and then got it. We're just like, what a bailout.
Nice. Was it in the prize room? Where was it in GTG?
It was the second to last chest in the maze, I think. If I remember correctly.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna
Well,
continue going through that, but I ran out of bombs, so I got fire arrows, so I was like, oh, that's probably the opportunity. I just left.
I think as awesome as Sora's win was, I think my favorite moment in this whole race today was watching the statue glitch in Spirit. That was pretty freaking impressive, Egg.
Oh yeah, the statue climb
the
was
weird
very
flip?
clean.
Oh yeah, the statue climb was good.
We're not going to talk
That
about
was
the
a-
bridge. We're not talking about that. But the statue climb was clean.
Wait, what? Wait. Gerudo Bridge? Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot you had to hold forward after hook shotting, so I was like, why is this not working? I haven't done it in a very long time.
The statue climb was really impressive. Like, everyone in chat, that was probably the best moment of the whole. We were just like, whoa, when you pulled that off.
Spirit was pretty clean. The boss keys in like every dungeon was garbage. I didn't go to water. I'm assuming you guys did Fire, Forest, Spirit, DC,
Nope.
and Deku.
I never found hammer, so I did water.
Oh, you didn't see the hint? It was on Skull Kid. There was a sometimes hint for it. I forget where that was actually. Oh, that was in ZR.
Which one?
We were
I
wondering
also
why you
didn't
went
have
to.
until super late.
We were wondering
Yeah,
why
I
you
never
went to water instead of fire, Key. And now it makes sense with you not having seen
Yeah,
the hint.
never had the hint. Which
hammer.
one was it?
Ah,
It was in one of the ZR. The one I got was in River somewhere. One of them.
I think it was the one at the top, or the one in like
The one on, like
middle.
that little island.
yeah, yep, that's right. It was. But yeah, GG. We thought it was. We were so nervous for you, Key, when you were doing the water temple, trying to get that into the water temple, or you were just like holding our breath, waiting for you to get that glitch to get in
Yeah.
there. Like, ah!
Set it up the wrong way the first time and was pretty sure I was gonna get it and was having a hard time with it. And then I reset it up and then immediately just nailed it. I was like, okay, cool.
Oh, did
That's
you guys
true.
love? Oh, sorry.
No,
Did you guys love Irons and Tektite Grotto? That was fun.
Oh my god.
I saw that. I'm like, well, not good at that.
Yeah, Key never,
never-
found the iron boots, which is why he had to go for the water temple glitch to get in.
Well, I mean, at that point, you need both the scales, so.
Yeah.
Why?
Key also, you got super unlucky with that boss key placement in Water Temple. That was
Oh
some
my
hot
god.
garbage.
Oh, was
yeah,
it center
I mean,
pillar?
honestly, I was just happy
No.
it wasn't an investment because I'm still haven't like actually been able to do that glitch to do that.
It was
Yeah.
the Whirlpool room.
Oh,
Yeah,
that one?
whatever.
Yeah.
So
I
definitely
don't
accessible,
think
just
we'll
really, really long and annoying to get to.
Yeah, I mean, I had done every check except for river and then the one after it and then basement. And then I was just really hoping it wasn't basement because I didn't want to sit there for half an hour to learn the trick.
Yeah, that trick sucks. The clip itself isn't terrible. It's just if you don't have gold scale, you gotta fall out of bounds and then fall back in bounds to load it, and it's not fun,
That's a
to say
pain.
the least.
I was having a hard time because the last time I tried to learn it was during a race, which was also dumb.
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
even flip, which is like, this is just taking too much time.
Yeah, the clip isn't bad to know because even if you have irons, it's faster to do it that way. Just say and quit.
Yeah.
Key, what I do? I think I turned on your volume because I could see you were getting close to it. To sort of hear your opinion about that bow at the bottom of Forest.
Oh yeah,
How do you get that bow too?
My main reaction to it was, wow, like rushing forest with a fish would have been so good, but so
That's
dumb.
what I
Even
did.
BK was good, but I didn't have
Yeah.
a bottle that I could use, so
Yeah, the only bottle I got was in Kokiri Forest Storm Grotto. I didn't get a single other one. So,
yeah,
I don't know where the bottles were hiding.
I forget where it was.
There was letter in bottom of the well, and I
Mhm.
think we saw another bottle, but I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, so it was bottom of the well, and then the Storm's Grotto in Kokiri, I guess.
So, did anyone not get the Skull Mask bomb bag and just get the bomb bag in Forest Trial? So I saw that when I went to GT. I was like, oh, that would have been good.
I was so sad when I saw that.
YOLO GT.
Yeah, I was bummed about that. But
This is a
I mean, it's
weird
kind of hard to
thing, I'm
go
not gonna
to
lie.
Yeah, there's no reason to. Without ZL or hook shots, like why bother going GT
I
early?
mean, what's really normally I would have made that play to go Ganon's Castle before back in time, but I didn't do Deku first because I was low on money and didn't really feel like reloading the area once or twice. So I would have hit that bomb bag early. I was so sad, but I ended up just routing Skull Mask off of Prelude anyway, so it was fine.
Yeah, early Prelude made it nice. Does anyone know what was Way the Hero about Shadow? I got Mirror Shield there, but I'm assuming like Hookshot was in there or like a bow. But there's a bow and
I don't think anyone went far enough to actually figure that out.
yeah, because I bailed. I went there after doing DC because I got magic. Like, there's no other better time. Once you get Mirror Shield, it's like, well, I don't want to be in Stone Shadow. So
I wasn't sure if there was maybe something useful in Child, whatchamacallit, Child Spirit, because you had,
no, it was garbage.
oh, was it? Okay, because I was worried because Requiem was on Ocarina of Time, and then Shadow was hinted Way of the Hero. I was super worried. But
both the tunics were in Spirit, but that was about it.
Oh, yeah. I felt super big brain though because I rushed Shadow super early, got the Mirror Shield, and just left. It was like,
Yeah, same.
The first couple items I was like, yeah, let's go Shadow. Why the hell not? It's Stone. Let's do it.
Yeah,
It's Stone. You might have two bows.
It was Opportunity hinted, and then later you learned Nocturne was Prelude, so that was Way of the Hero.
Yeah.
I would assume it's Hookshot. Like, did anyone do right hand on Spirit? If that was a small key, then you would logically need long shot to beat both Spirit and Water. So then it could be the other Hookshot.
I think the bow in GTG was out of logic, so there could have been a bow in Shadow too.
Okay, that would make sense then. Because it was deep enough in. Yeah, I kept like messing up my weird shots. Just like whatever. I got fire arrows. That's probably it. And left.
Yeah.
I think there are two opportunity hints for GTG, and from what we've seen, I've been another item that we didn't see, but from what we've seen, it looked like fire arrows and bow.
Fire arrows and
ice arrows
was in there.
Oh,
Ice
can
arrows
it be?
Opportunity.
And ice arrows and bow are likely the two.
Yeah.
Oh, fire arrows, but yeah.
Fire arrows, yeah, fire arrows and bow.
Ice arrows. I hope that's on the opportunity list. I don't want those.
It's utterly useless.
It is in GTG, but it is not on the opportunity list.
Oh, nice. So GTG was. I didn't know a place could be hinted twice for opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
so
that makes sense.
If you find a third hint, it means it's hinted twice. And it was hinted twice in outside Temple of Time, and then once in like Sacred Forest Meadow, and somewhere else.
Oh, okay. So I would have read that. I didn't know that was a thing. So that's good to know. I think the only hints I was missing was that and one sometimes hint. Because I got King, Ravaged, Kid, 1500. I'm missing one sometimes. What it is?
King was one, Nocturne was one, Frogs. Oh, that's
I'm so happy.
also.
I'm so happy Jin's on a boss.
Are you on a boss right now? Nice.
He's actually at Phantom Ganon, finally.
Oh, that is last
Oh,
time.
nice.
Or one more after it.
Poor Jin. He's trying so hard.
Yeah, what happened? Did he just get unlucky?
He stayed in child mode and spent 2 hours in child mode getting things, and then went to adult.
Ah, Jin Classic.
Gen Classic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh,
He has a ton of items to his credit, but oh man.
Like, I think he's either in go mode or pretty close. Like,
Yeah, I would not be shocked if he finished here in the next 20-30 minutes, but
I mean,
it depends on which dungeons he does.
He's missing Mirror Shield, so no Spirit.
Yeah.
He could probably swing Water Temple.
yeah, I'm not sure how familiar Gen is
Yeah,
with all the
powers.
tricks for water, but otherwise, like, could theoretically be in go mode.
Hey, did anyone ever get hovers by the way?
Yeah.
Yep. They were in bottom of the well. They were my go mode item.
Ah, nice. I
Also,
avoided
yes.
bottom of the well like the plague. Like I always
Also,
do.
yes, Sora, I think you went to bottom of the well, but you played the song, so you know you're dead to us. But Keymaker did the Kugo dive, so acceptable.
Yeah, it was nighttime when I went,
Oh, that sucks.
so there were no chickens.
That's why you
Clearly,
go
you need to just go waste some time, so it becomes day.
tons.
Navi dive's also acceptable.
But yeah, that was like I beat Forest. I had like 2 dungeons to go, and I was missing either. I needed either hammer, a second strength, or hover boots, or like some weird combination of them to do 2 of those dungeons. Finished up Forest, did the song, got Nocturne, and was like, no matter what, I was either rushing Lost Woods or Bottom of the Well after that. So I went Bottom of the Well, hit hover boots in like 3 checks, and just left and was go mode. It felt so good. It's always nice to like enter an area, hit the one item you need, and just leave and just be done with it.
Yeah, it's always nice.
So Jen could do Shadow if you really wanted to. I don't know why you would, but you could.
Yeah, I mean, if you go Shadow, it'll be Way the Hero, or he'll be go mode, but I think he's gonna go Water and just try to make it work, similar to what I did.
Oh no, he tried to do the bomb. Oh, poor Jen. I just wanted to get it. Okay, you got it. Okay.
1 bomb super slide too, though, for the swag.
The 4
As
frames.
you know, you
or
can
3
do
frames.
super slides with 1 bombs or 2 bombs, and it's easier with 2. So
Yeah,
it's obviously
it's
more
significantly
swag.
easier. As an adult, I think it's a 4 frame window with 1 bomb and a 7 or 8 with 2. It's 7.
Which 8 frames on with OOT is basically like a 20-minute frame window, so like that's pretty good.
Yeah, close to half a second. Ridiculous.
Yeah, when I was doing the super slide across for Water Temple, I missed the 2 bomb super slide so hard that I hit the 1 bomb super slide afterwards. And then didn't realize and missed
Oh
out.
no.
That was so sad.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if it's infinite frames with Neri's Love, because I think Neri's Love only lasts for like 2 minutes. But 2 minutes is basically infinite amount of time.
Also, did anyone else like have like the first 45 minutes? I had no items I could use because they were all magic items, and I had no magic.
Yep. The first
Yeah, it was
Early
item
Steve was
Yeah,
gross.
early adult was garbage.
Yeah, I had like
It was a
adult-
weird.
like, great.
It was a weird bottleneck until y'all found the Lost Woods items, and then it started opening up a lot more.
Lost Witch had
Even
everything.
then, you couldn't use it because it was dins. You had to pick up a bomb bag somewhere, and then it opened up.
Which was
Yeah,
also in
well,
Lost Witch, so.
The bomb bag was also in Lost Woods.
Oh,
I don't think anything was garbage in Lost Woods, really.
Every,
Except for
like I said, Lost Woods had everything.
Yeah.
And once you had that, you could do a lot of
Hammer,
things.
Dins, and Bomb Bag.
Yeah.
was it on the slingshot game?
No, that was a hurt.
It was
It
in
was
a grotto.
Skull Kid. Yeah, Skull Kid had the hammer. The mask. The mask had Skull Mask had bombs, and then the grotto next to Goron City had Din's Fire.
Oh, I'm forgetting the Skull Mask was bombs, right? That's the one I picked up. I forgot.
Yeah, Lost Woods Way the Hero was pretty useless.
I was thinking about the hook shot in Graveyard.
Oh yeah, that was really funny. I forgot about that when they said that in the Din's grotto when they had the Lost Woods is the way of the hero, and literally
Yeah,
he
also-
was already.
The other one was the entrance from Kokiri Forest to Lost Woods. So, like, both of them were right around Lost Woods. So it's like, oh, okay, thanks, game. I wasn't already going there.
I thought that was so funny because I forget who, but someone picked up Din's first and then read the hint, and I was just like, "What a useless hint!"
Yeah.
I always get so annoyed when it's hookshot in the Graveyard box because it's like hookshot is the one item you could easily use to get that hint, that check right away.
Yeah.
And the other one that I thought was funny was the fact that you got so many GTG hints right off. Like, there was like at least 4 statues that were just like, "Go to GTG," and it was just like, I guess if we have to.
Yeah, GG sucks.
Yeah. I was kind of annoyed
So
to
out
have
of the way.
to do it with only strength 1 and no bow, but it was worth it. It was the only thing that made sense. So
Yeah.
So I think we asked Sora, what are the rest of you guys? Are you guys excited for the tournament at the end of the month?
it depends. Are they all going to be seeds like this?
Yeah. Might have to opt out if they're all like this trash pile.
There are 8 of them, so I hope they're not all like this.
Hasn't, like, the last 4 races we did had, like, bow go mode? Like, bow's just been garbage for, like, the last couple seeds we've done. It's been bow and magic, pretty much.
I mean, last week's weekly was like freaking Zoomer Seed. Like everyone was go mode at like an hour, and then boss keys were atrocious. So it was a 2 hour
okay.
feed.
Yeah, how was the boss key in water was terrible too, you said, right? So every boss key, the seed was pretty garbage. I guess like ledge isn't terrible in forest, but
Yeah. Where was whatchamacallit? Fire, PK?
it was deep
Compass.
fire. Yeah, compass
Yeah.
chest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sucks.
So it wasn't Pierre. It wasn't complete utter garbage.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
it was
the
pretty
worst,
bad.
but it was
Wasn't-
pretty bad.
Yeah, the forest one wasn't terrible, but like by the time you're there, you still need so many items that you're not gonna like skip all the other checks.
Yeah, at that point I was go mode, so I was like, whatever. Because of that bow and basement, baby. The most out of logic shit on the planet.
Oh.
Love it.
Happy 3 hours to everyone still watching Jen.
He's triggering me by not swimming straight here.
Oh, Jen, he's trying so hard. I feel so bad.
Yeah, it has to be long shot in water, because
Oh, no.
not water in
Shadow?
shadow. Yeah, because shadow is logically locked by bow, because you need to be forest.
Yeah. Where was
Yeah.
third streak, by the way? I got the one that was in Water Temple and the one that was in Trials.
The
No one
third
found it.
one, I found it.
No one
somewhere.
found it.
No,
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, I found it because I had two. I didn't never went water. There was a trials one and I can't even remember. Was it?
Valid.
It was something
Validation
stupid.
check?
I remember that.
Was it like fire or something, maybe?
It might have been double magic fairy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because I think I got something from that because I just super slided in. I got something from that, I think. And I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Come on, Jen, you can do it. Oh.
This trick
Oh.
is the worst if you don't have like a consistent way, like a consistent analog stick. So it's like I have a really hard time doing very small movements, so it's such a pain in the neck to do this trick.
Is he asking?
Oh.
Okay.
No,
some-
doing the water with the hook shot.
Come on, side roll, Jen. Just
Oh,
do a side
yeah.
roll. Yeah, you got it.
Oh. Come on.
I think you need hook shot extension too.
No, you
Oh, no.
technically
No,
don't.
you don't.
Also,
just
that
makes
thing's
it
a
easier.
giant cylinder, so always aim higher up than you think you have to. It's like a huge ass cylinder.
Oh.
Deltus showed me that recently.
This is giving me flashbacks to Keymaker having to do this.
I mean, I was having a really hard time because I think I just did the setup wrong, so I was just in the wrong spot. I
Oh.
think Jen's got the right setup here. It's just a very small
Oh.
window.
This is one that's definitely very precise. There you go,
Oh,
first
we
try.
did it! Yay!
Yeah. If you can get the setup right and you can do small little movements, it's not horrible, but it's just not fun. Does he have gold scale?
No.
Oh, he's gonna go the
No.
long way around to get up.
Arena
Yep.
dive time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, no, he's back. Oh no, he's going the long way around. Okay.
Oh no.
You can like go up on the side there and just backflip up to the top.
Oh no.
And dive in.
Oh, Jen.
That'll be fine. We'll just ocarina dive
It's
in.
fine.
That's much easier.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It just wastes a little bit of time. It's not. Also, I just noticed Jin has an ocarina on a C button. Why though?
With Ocarina Dive, it's easier. I do it too.
Yeah.
You try to do Ocarina Dive with the D-pad? No, I'm good.
It's awkward.
So
Oh, is it just a preference thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
I assume it's not like a difference in terms of the actual timing for the
No,
trick.
oh.
It's just trying to
no,
match the
it's
D-pad
the same
sucks.
thing. I mean, most people you like flick forward and then hit Ocarina, so it's like frame perfect technically.
Yeah, it's just
but-
weird because most speedrunners aren't used to having it on the D-pad, so that it makes more. It's like better muscle memory.
Yeah, and with the GameCube control, you would have to like move your right thumb over to it because you
What is
sounds
Jin doing?
awful.
Is this a setup for this? I haven't seen this. Before.
Yeah, there's a setup for this.
Yeah, that's the one I made, which is stupid. It's
I
like
assume
two-
Egg probably has a setup for this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think he's doing. Oh no, he's doing. What is he doing?
Like, I also noticed, Egg, it looked like you were using a setup in Spirit Trial to hit the
Yeah.
switch with the chew, and I was like, but why? Can't you just stand directly in the middle and shoot it?
Yeah, but you can miss sometimes, so why not? It's literally just a backflip and a roll, so it's a minor time loss for consistency's sake.
Oh, he must be looking at the video for it, I guess. Is that up?
Yeah, he's doing it's 2 backflips and 6 rolls,
Oh,
and I guess he didn't get the angle right.
yeah, that's dumb.
It's completely unnecessary, but
Yeah, I just
people do
kinda-
it. So if you don't want to know where the seam is,
I just eyeball it and fail it every single time. So that's the
Yeah.
pro strat.
Slight oof.
So at this point, since we've passed 3 hours, it's probably a good time to remind everyone that's watching that this is the DDR weekly race, the monthly restream of the DDR race. DDR rule set is a glitched rule set that bans some of the most powerful glitches in the game, while it's allowing for a lot of more quality of life glitches. If you're interested in trying it out, we encourage you to go check out the DDR discussion channel in the OTR Discord, as well as you can check out the asyncs that are there if you're looking to practice, as well as check out the DDR race planning if you were looking to hit up some groups and try to play. You can find the settings for this on the web build of OOTR. So on the website, you can go to the dev section, and you can find our preset there. That is what is being used for these weeklies, as well as what will be used for the tournament starting at the end of the month. May 30th, we have our first qualifier race for the DDR tournament using these same settings. And it's at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, and 5 p.m. UTC is, I hope, is the actual proper conversion. No one's corrected me yet, so I assume it is. Every Sunday for 8 weeks for qualifiers. So
it's 8 weeks now. That was 4 weeks.
Oh, I thought we were going with 8. I think that was the ended up being.
I think I read 8.
Okay, because you needed 3 weeks, 3 qualifiers in order to qualify. So I think we went with 8 instead of 3, 4.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm looking forward to losing in an official capacity rather than just a casual one like I usually do.
I'm ready to lose, guys. Woo! Yeah, my sage was in here today. I had something come up. That was an interesting seat, though.
Interesting is certainly a word you could use.
Yeah.
Garbage is the one I would use, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice that the garbage aspects of it were hinted. So it's like, it's garbage. It's like when you get, like, light arrows on 50. It's like, okay, that's garbage, but it's hinted, so at least you can route around it. When it's completely blind, it's like, eh.
It just felt like I couldn't do anything until I went through the whole process and rigmarole of planting a bean and doing skull mask.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
that was garbage.
Then I was allowed to play the seed for a while.
I need to learn the strat they use in glitchless now to get up on there. Cause you can get up there with just a bomb. And in the glitchless speedruns, they do that to get on the seam with the damage boost and go shadow early.
Nice. Yeah, I have to.
Which is garbage, by the way.
Well, yeah.
That seam is not fun.
Glitchless.
Yep. But that discovery was recent. I don't think it's actually that precise too, technically. I just haven't bothered looking at it.
Yeah, the seam is just not great to walk across. I think I've done that like once or twice for like a challenge race. Where
Yeah, the seam from the box.
Yeah, something like that. But like,
Yeah.
you have to like get into Shadow Temple, no ISG or something like that.
Yeah.
Not great.
But the seam that you usually use with the hookshot jump to get the shadow isn't that terrible. Especially if you get ISG, you can kind of just YOLO it.
It's mostly straight lines, so it's just the turns that are dicey. Yeah, I don't.
Well, so the setup for this, there's actually a polygon there, which if you see target the side there, you'll get sucked into that polygon, so you don't have to eyeball it at all, technically. It's just, I think he's moving slightly when he's turning 180. Or he might be good.
I hate it when I get sucked into.
I'm not saying to learn it, it's garbage. But, you know, it isn't eyeballing it. Come on, give me some credit.
Oh yeah, Eternal had some bullshit setups for keyboard stuff.
Well, you see, I don't use keyboard. I want to destroy my hands with the game controller, alright? I want to have arthritis by the time I turn 30.
There you go. Nicely done, Jim. First try.
Yeah, I can't even.
Now he's in Water Temple, now all the hard stuff has to be done.
Yeah, now he has to spend 20 minutes doing every single check except the last one that no one ever wants to do.
Yeah.
It's not hard, it's just time consuming at this point. Oh, you found Goron Butter Knife. Nice.
I wonder what that was.
Was that what was on top of the Desert Colossus Arch?
No,
Oh, no, that was a bloopy.
that was
Oh,
useless. I forget where it was. It was somewhere. It's somewhere really weird. I think that no one else ended up going to. This may surprise you, but a Jin found it in Child 1.
Ah, yes. Classic.
Nice.
It might have been like Lake Hylia area. I never went Hylia domain. I don't know if you guys did. That was like the big areas I skipped
Nope.
was Hylia domain and the 3 checks in East Field.
Yeah, I entirely skipped Hyrule Field except for the one northwest rock. I didn't even check the Tic-Tac Grotto. I didn't do any
Yeah.
Gerudo Valley or Lake Hylia.
Oh no!
Yeah, I
did he
just
just
checked it.
realize? Did he just realize that playing ZL there doesn't lower the water?
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah,
looking
you-
at the setup to do the roll clip, even though you don't really need a setup. It's
I mean,
that's
yeah, it's a
the one
manual side
most
roll.
annoying spot to do it because you have to avoid the text. So if you
If you want to go super hard mode, spawn the Scarecrow and be annoyed.
God, no.
That's my least favorite thing about free Scarecrow song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, I can't let flip anymore. Well, you can.
Yeah. So you either have to like slow. I'm not sure how it works with Scarecrow, but just normally you either have to slow walk off to Z target and clip out, or you do the normal setup and just buffer the side hop so you don't get any.
Yeah, I just target and then just do a manual side roll.
Yeah.
Which is like the same thing you do for. Well, no one ever does ledge clip into Shadow anymore. It's not legal in DDR, of course.
Mhm.
Now that the bomb push exists, I don't think anyone speedrunning does it either. For Shadow early.
There's a bomb bush for that too. What the hell?
Yeah, you bomb push past the loading zone. It's not that difficult. I think it's the fastest setup now. So
I guess that would have been bad for that one OCS challenge where it was something in Shadow Temple, no damage. That one you needed the roll clip for. But that's
Nice.
super like niche.
yeah, but Jin plays on VC, so he can buffer and then just pause buffer.
Looks like he's
If
doing
he
the
hasn't-
side roll.
There you go.
Yeah.
He got it.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Press A.
Buffered.
Just press
Yeah, please press A.
Press A.
You don't even have to be. You can't clip back in bounds here. It's not like one of the stupid ones where, like, if Link's
Yeah.
slightly out of bounds, like slightly inbounds, clip back in.
Jin.
What are you doing? Just press A.
Look
There you go.
around.
Press A. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Cool. You're good.
All right, I think I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go eat food.
Yeah,
I think at this
lunch is
point, I think iBot was saying some stuff and plans.
Yeah, we'll just, since Jin might still take a while, we'll just raid over to them here in a moment. So, GG's to Zoro, Eggmice, and Keymaker for finishing up this year already. Shoutouts to our trackers. Let me get my list. Tomatach, Jodabush J. My list isn't updated, but we had a swap out, and Ginger Sonny came in on short notice, and No Pen Name Go. Thanks to both our commentators, Double Digital and Malcolm, who already had to step out. Coming up on ZSR next, on top of the hour in about 25 minutes, is the Breath of the Wild Any% bi-weekly race. An hour after that is Link to the Past No Magic Races tournament match, and then later tonight is the standard rule set OoT item randomizer weekly. So keep an eye on the schedule if any of that or the other Zelda content interests you, and thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for
Also,
hosting this.
of course, shout out once again to the restreamer for iBot 02. Thanks you for taking the care of the restream and setting up the race for too. That was really nice to just have it all done. It's fantastic.
Yeah, true. Happy to. So. Well, yeah. So, we'll send you over to Jin. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.